like the truth.
Hello, chatto! It's Tuesdat, and coming up today on Building a Nation with Sirens of Malta, we have 5 teams in the European big group stage, us in the Champions League and all the others residing in the Conference League. Can they get us many coefficient points to aid us in our journey to the European Promised Land? We need to restock the loan farm. We've got 210 players out on loan, 182 in the club, all that and more coming up today on Building a Nation with Sirens of Malta and Stirrups. No. I'll take my flowers now, thank you, chat. Ye motherfucking whore. I'll sip my coffee in celebration. Delightful. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta keep it simple, although that wasn't that simple in my mind. Paul and Ray.
Hey, Matto, Emma and
months.
Chatto.
Hello.
Hope everyone is well. I don't get to as many streams these days, so always good when I get a chance to catch up.
It's lovely to have you in. I hope life is treating you well, Paul, and also Ray. It's a shared account, what can I say? Let me just turn this music down a little bit. There we go. We don't need to hear that blaring out in the background. That'd be silly. Better for loans out. Pretty much everything on the loan farm cheat sheet. It's not like, for me, there's not like one thing that kind of does it. It's just a combination of all the things on the cheat sheet. If you haven't seen it, ! Loan farm. It was Tuffer's put together this brilliant graphic that sort of explains, I would say, basically everything. I don't think we've really added anything to it since then. There was actually something, weren't there? Oh no, that was something I tried and it didn't actually, it was completely coincidental. But, oh no, that's something I do want to try, is offering players out for loan before the transfer window opens in the summer. I don't know if it works in the winter as well, but I might try it in the winter too. But I think in the summer, it might be worth a go. Because I've noticed in Malta especially, you can actually get loan deals agreed before the transfer window opens. You know how I always used to complain about that, how in FM you can do transfers like pre-arranged, but you couldn't seem to pre-arrange loans outside of the window. Whereas it seems that in this save at least, now that might just be because of artifacts from the English setup, you actually can do that, and I just never thought to do so. Quarterfinals of the cover, holy shit! That's insane. Because that's what, like 5 years? Fair play. It goes too far away, Pixel Pin, and it just goes too far. Thank you very much for the 44 months, though. That's a lot of months. You got an Upesh jersey. Nice. Mr. Major. Well, so I wasn't streaming on Sunday because I was in Denmark. So you might have actually only missed one stream potentially. Although the biggest thing on that is the simple fact that we have got 5 teams in Europe. I had a lovely time. Genuinely, we could not have got a better day to be in Copenhagen than Saturday. Like, it was shit weather as fuck in England. Landed in Copenhagen and it was just like foggy as all hell, and we thought, oh god. But the time we'd actually got out the airport, it was like it is today. It was beautiful, unbelievably nice. David Nieholm
20 months
with the
of
20
being
months.
okay. As a Dane, I hope Denmark treated you okay too.
It did. It was absolutely fabulous. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Yeah, I'm back from doing my Maidstone robberies. Thank God I've got an alibi, chat, you know? Ashmat, thank you very much for the 25 bits as well. I love how it was delayed, but it hasn't messed up the intro. It did. Has anyone got a link to that tweet? Because I want to show it, because I've been tagged in that so many fucking I woke up this morning and my entire notification feed on my phone was just people tagging me in that. Jambelaya with the
Chatter. Knew that you were in Copenhagen in Sundat. How was the nation of Denmark? Hope you didn't bomb Copenhagen like Napoleon did twice. But to be fair, the equivalent would be destroying 2 toilets. Don't worry, I have experience in that field. Frankly, very concerning. Also, today is fan-flipping-tastic. Beautiful weather.
It actually really fucking is. Today is absolutely glorious. Oh, is this it? Is it actually going to work in Discord? Oh, it actually
Hail,
is. Right, okay.
good Sir Matt. I doth express my gratitude for 9 moons of delightful diversion. Verily, I cherish mine presence herein, and delight in observing the endeavours of the Sirens.
It's far more poetic than it needed to be, and I love it. Jambalaya, seriously, thank you for the 9 months on tier 3. That is absolutely wild. Okay, let me get off of my big face so I can show you what I'm talking about with the Maidstone thing. Right, where's my button? Turns out I've just forgotten how to stream. Okay, so, I mean, like... Far enough, thankfully. My Regen Facebook has a bug. Oh, God. It's very FM18 Regen, isn't it? Like, the best thing is, right? Yeah, the hair as well. The beard, I love how painted on it is as well. Is when I first saw it, I was in like a fugue state when you first wake up. So when I first saw it, there was a split second where my brain went, wait, is that me? Preview of the Unity engine there, chat. Yeah, literally, I was like, did I do something in Maidstone and just forget about it? Like, but no, I can confirm I have an alibi, particularly if it took place on Saturday. Thank fuck, I've got the boarding passes to prove it, mate. What did he even do? Attempted robbery. He attempted it. That sounds like I would do. The world's okayest burglar. Yeah. They're after me for my Metro card. Speaking of that, Danes, we need to discuss this. Is it just a trust system on the Danish Metro? Because there was never any ticket barriers or anything. It was all just like... obviously, we had tickets, but there was no ticket barriers. There was no scanners, as far as I could see, other than like the ones you get in London for like switching between overground and underground. I was trying to work out what do with ticket. Is there ticket guys sometimes? That has to be it, right? Yeah, the facilities have dropped. We are actually upgrading them at the moment, though, so I think it's just that it dropped and then we put it back up again. Always open. I didn't even see any barriers in the first place. Only sometimes, otherwise it's all trust. To be fair, Metro is fire. Seriously. Yeah, no, it was...
I told this dad joke already, but F it, have some bits. What's the difference between a dirty old bus stop and a lobster with breast implants? One is a crusty bus station, the other one is a busty crustacean.
Oh, dear. Thank you, Lavinia, for the 100 bits. I think that's what we did. Let me just check. Oh, no, I can do it again. Well noted. I already tried that once and it worked. One thing I've also done, which I did before stream, you're going to like this, is I've renegotiated our agreement with Domžale. So we now have Domžale will now send academy players to train at Sirens to gain experience. So we now will hopefully get Slovenian players in our youth intakes, which I just think is a nice little touch. Might allow us to just get someone slightly better, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, no, it's absolutely dope. Drew for a new affiliate. I think we can only have 3, but we've got one we like now, so we might as well give it a go, right? It's a win. No, we get 0.4 for a win now. So before it was 0.5, now it's 0.4, a 0.2 for a draw. So I actually worked this out before stream. With our 5 teams that are left in the Conference League, and there are 5 games to go for each of them, there's a maximum of 8 points available if they won every game, which obviously they won't, but there's a maximum of 8 points available for them just in the group stage. Now, if they were to win extra stuff, they get a bonus for that as well, plus knockouts and stuff. I feel like some of them will get in there for a 4-1. Yeah, probably. Honestly, binning off Zuri at some point. If we can get another one, then great. But if not, binning off Zuri might be the way to go. Because Dingley I kind of like just because we are actually trying to build them up a little bit. And only having one team to do that with might actually help us a little bit, honestly. We get Slovenian cows. I'll update my book.
Is this the opener? Yes,
Lord. Crocodile with the £1.
That's what they came to see.
Add it to the attempted burglary fund.
PC Fund is actually on my back again, chat. He's the guy investigating the case. Emu! Danny, thank you very much for the 22 months. You bloody love to see... Also, Dingley Swallow, true. That's true, but I would just like to get them promoted anyway, just so I can feel the proud dad energy of being like, we did that, because they would be able to take no responsibility for it as well. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of the partner... basically, Twitch sent me an email like 2 weeks ago saying, hey, your partner anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks, and you could choose like a random, like a day to have it actually be, and I just forgot about it. And so I guess it just happened to fall today when they picked it, and it actually is apparently the actual anniversary of the partnership thing. Zuri are a former club, yeah, that's why we have them. It's like... That's true, yeah. See if they can... First things first, let's just try and look for a new affiliate without doing that, right? Maybe we can get 4 now. So... I think that's the one, isn't it? Partnership with the club, and then we have to negotiate it after that. Come on. Go on, Ryan. Go on. Comprehensive and robust youth... Ryan, you're a liar, sir. I think we just got to go through... Yes, there's new kits as well. Passpro was kind enough to make us new kits for the teams that are playing in Europe. God, FM's being slow today, isn't it? Jesus Christ, the lag, bro. Was it Scout Report? Ah. Yes! Success! You first watched that? You're right, I should, Hibbos. And next stream, we'll do a whole bit about it. How about that? Ryan was just thinking, yeah, he's... I think Ryan might be high. That'll do. Let's see. Yeah, it's rolling through all its different responses. It's those low-res mugs. They've got to render the mugs in. Also, what's going on here? It's just SI's badge. Brilliant. That'll do. Right. It'll probably give us the same options as last time, honestly. You think this is Maltese clubs? Oh, you're right. It could be. That is a phenomenal point. You're probably right. I'm about to look an idiot here, aren't I? Fuck! Well, we'll have one anyway, because why not? But that is, yeah, you're absolutely 100% right. Who do we fancy out of these lads? Right. Pembroke, lol. Medina Knights would be kind of fun, just because Medina is fucking beautiful. And none of them are any good anyway. Santa Lucia as well. I like Medina, though, just because, sort of like, to be honest, if we sort by academy rating, we're not getting any players from them anyway. This is not about academy rating. I would really like to do Medina, just because I liked it. Tash Bish, yeah. Underneath the numbers, yeah. Now is the possible cancel time, and if 4 is a hard limit, true. Would it be better to just not take one, and then go back in 6 months and just get another one the proper way? Since we've already proven that they'll actually let us have 4 this time.
They are building it now.
That might be... Was it a nickname? It's a Patreon regen, Dan. That honestly might behoove us. He said behoove us. I won. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think we skip it. I think we skip it. Wait for... You've told them all the... Oh, God, they're going to do it themselves now. Right. Can we say no when they do it? Go to any club now, you can choose this affiliate. Shit. I think that doesn't always work, because what I've noticed when you try to do that in the past, the board would just say, oh, we failed to set up a link with them. Yeah, we can cancel it straight after. Just a really different... I kind of want to see who the board pick at this point now. That would just be kind of wild. So, we've got to 210 loans now, because I worked the number out before stream. Not only that, I had a little look at the squad size. Is it not letting me do Control A again? It literally let me do it earlier. Come on, FM. Okay, we're just going to have to do it the long way. 182 players. We have we have 282 players at the club right now, which by far is a record for me, no doubt. Hang on. Lirinorst? I'm sorry if I've said that incorrectly, but thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard, my friend. Yeah, we want to get to 300, and I think we can do that today. Well, not today, but like the plan today is obviously play matches, lots of matches for us and the others, but also fodder central. We are fodding today, friendos. We want to be... Where's my screen? We want to be basically just hoovering up people from this screen. What I need to do, actually, I need to make a view. Really funny thing in the logo. Restart the day. Wait. So, we need to have things in here that have, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Transfer stuff. So, things like... asking price. Oh, never mind. That's useless. That is not what I was looking for. What is the one I'm looking for here? Like, actually, I'm not sure. Proves lines. Apparently so. Let's try fee. Yeah, that's probably it, actually. Nope, that's not it either. Transfer value, then, maybe? It might actually just be value. Basically, what I want to be able to see is if we can find any cheap guys from this screen. It might just be on scouting, actually, or... Yeah, basically what I want to be able to do today is hoover up some fodder, if we can do, to try and bulk up the other teams a little bit more. And I want to be able to look at this screen using that lovely method that Jimmy came up with. I think it was Jimmy. Oh, it's just on general, isn't it? Nope. Where the hell is it? Am I missing something? Oh, it's up here. No, wait. Where the hell is value? It's already on the screen. I am the biggest idiot in the world. What I also want is wage. So we can get an idea about the player's wage. I don't know if there's any, like, wage expectations in here, perhaps, but I don't think there is. Just to be able to see that information off the top of the... Yeah, I mean, standard. I'm out of practice, chat. Asking price, yeah, I tried asking price, but that doesn't show anything. I think that's because you'd have to talk to their agent. Their Hadrian. Mace to the Mama. Oh, yeah, of course. But at least it gives you, like, we probably should put world rep on here, actually. That's what I would... Oh, is that... Okay, I've got to rearrange this. We want age over here as well. There we go. Asking price, yeah, it is if they're listed. Or if... I think asking price also shows up if you've asked their agent specifically. Maybe. Because I think that's in one of James's views. Let me just... Oh, no, that's on the other screen, isn't it? Either way, what we're looking for is... Oh, is there like a transfer interest option? Player's interest. Ah! This would be quite useful, though, to be able to click these buttons from these, just to make it a little bit easier. It's interesting that he's got no agent, presumably. Morning, capitalism. So I think with guys like this, I mean, this guy here for a start, right? It makes sense if we try to set up top. Let's see if we can try this. Oh, it does work. Okay, so he's not interested, but it would save us a lot of time just going down like this. Right, so he wants a contract. He's a nice, easy one for me because he's got decent CA. So that's this guy here, Cedric Kurz. Reasonable enough, I'd say. Free transfer. Also rip our shortlist. That's a good point. I really hate that feature so much. Why is it not a toggleable feature? It makes no sense to me that when you just ask a player's agent about them, it's, oh, just check the interested box. That's a much better idea, actually. That is a much better idea. Although, the downside of this is that we'll miss out on players that might not be interested now, but we might want to keep an eye on for scouting later. So I might just turn that off, honestly, for the time being. Yeah, I did own him because I didn't have this set up like this, but looks like I was missing out. Has he just dropped down because of that? So he would be a good one to get. Mohamed Conte? Perhaps he's 18, so he should be... Okay, no. Oh, a new contract one. Okay, fair enough. Those won't be fodder. No, those won't be fodder. True. I guess, yeah, for the time being, actually. But we might find good players too. That's the problem. Like, we want both fodder and good. If the good appears, then we go after them as their own. But I also want to be able to find some fodder sometimes as well. Some scout potential, some more we ran. Yeah, true. I'm going after anyone who's kind of got decent CA in here. He's worth too much money. He's cheap. He's cheap. That's another thing, Owen. It's all very, like... Oh, look at this guy. This Heart of Oaks guy, go on, please talk to us. Bit of wage, but he's... Oh, what's the injury, actually? Sprained knee ligaments. He looks to have decent CA. Just hoovering up a couple of these guys at the start, we'll just start getting... Because basically, we're running out of fodder. Incredibly, we're running out of fodder. And we've got money for that. That's reasonable. Don't like FM anymore. I think it would take a lot for me to not like FM, truthfully. Because... I like football a lot, and I like the analytical side of FM, so I feel like the only way that I would stop liking FM properly would be if the move to Unity and the changes that come with that end up watering down the game in a way that makes it become... I become a Balatro streamer. Yeah, exactly. I'll go pro at Balatro. It's all good. You'll just rock up on Thursday and the title of the stream will just be Gold Stake Runs. Then find a new save type. True, yeah.
Not been around much lately. My wife wanted a patio. A patio turned into an outdoor living area and, unsurprisingly, we had a cost issue. The only solution was for old Muggins here to roll up his proverbial sleeves and do some extra shifts. Much love.
What a guy. Mrs. Millennium 2K is a lucky lady. That's love. That's genuinely really nice and wholesome from New Millennium for once. Please call me a taint goblin. I need to know we're back to normal here. FIFA career mode. I've been watching City Planner Plays playing Manor It does look really fun, to be fair. But I know it's one of those games I'm afraid to get because I know I would invest time in, and I'm already too addicted to Balatro.
There.
You know you do.
Malta.
Holy shit! That's tier 3 subs today. What's all this nonsense? Thank you so much, friend. That's really, really kind of you, friend. Right. I just said friend twice. I sound overly familiar. My apologies. You're too expensive and not good enough. I do like this scouting method, though. I really, really do. Now that we finally understand what the process is, I actually think it saves us so much fucking time. It's unbelievable. City Skylines 2. Yeah. It could be Owen. I don't know. It sounds stupid, but I actually don't have mod view. So because of mine's built into OBS, I don't get like a proper mod view. I just get like this weird bare bones version. There we go. But it's not out yet, though, is it? Right? Original champ manager. See, this is the thing, right? I was never... I'm a proper Luddite, as you know, and my interest in FM didn't really come around until they actually had a 3D match engine, which I realise is even more silly when you consider that all of my early content didn't use the 3D match engine, and I was one of those 2D forever people. But that's just because it was like a gateway drug for me, right? Excuse me, video. Yes, but I will have to talk to the creator of it first, because it's sort of an addendum to my current scouting method that I think just streamlines it a little bit. But I obviously want to check first that I can use it. They're probably watching the VOD actually, but dude, I'll DM you after stream. It was very on brand. Also, back to FIFA, you could just be one of the U Squad Legends cult. Oh, to be fair, I'd already have an in with my man Cutsy. Like, bloody love Cutsy. I've known Cutsy for years. We used to play pro clubs together back in like 2015. It's going okay, Carrion. We beat Gladbach 3-1, which was great, but then we lost 4-1 to Chelsea in a game in which we had double the amount of XG they did. It was an absolute, to quote the song, heartbreaker right there. It wasn't ideal. So, let's see the squad. Hello, Daz. How are you, my friend? I had a great time. It was genuinely, to prove that you could go for the day, because it was almost like a proof of concept to prove to our other friends that it was something we could actually do, and it was genuinely amazing. I would highly recommend it. It was so much fun. Copenhagen is an absolutely gorgeous city, and I think when you're there for such a short period of time, you feel like you want to get more out of it, so you're less prone to dilly-dallying. And it just so happened that we were with my mate who's also it's alt channel sparring. Yeah, sparring DK. It's 9 years ago. It's crazy. Listed, yes, of course, yeah. No, Cussy and I go way back. Like, back to the early U Squad Legends. Back when I was doing like, probably Portsmouth. Honestly, that's how long ago it was. Trips in expensive is better too. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. I mean, I paid £12 for a pint. I paid £12 for a pint. But the logic I used to this was, would I rather pay £12 for a pint in Denmark or £12 for 2 pints in London? I got to be in Copenhagen while I was drinking that pint. So it was like, you're only there for one day. Back from the YouTube break. I don't know, actually. No, that was before then. I would have thought so. Stockholm. We do want to do some more, which was cool. It was I couldn't find the beer, basically. When I got home, I think it was called Valkina IPA, but I have no idea what it was. It was kind of blurry. Big point. It was actually slightly more than a pint. It was like my mate did explain it. It was like 1.2 pints. I don't understand. Is that like a Danish thing? Because it was actually a bit more than a pint. Big old glass. Right, is this what we actually want? It was Carlsberg, wasn't it? It definitely wasn't Carlsberg. But it was very, very nice. Yeah, if I was there, something like that, yeah. It was really, really nice, though. A Stein. Not a Stein. It was just slightly bigger, basically. It was just a normal beer glass. It was just slightly larger. 6 month deals. I've noticed a few players have been banging on about that. Shit, Kamga is... Okay, we've got to make sure we've got the right setup here. This is not it. Palacio Vida, Juzanovic, Kadri, Paez is good. A Blanche, maybe. Maybe. Right. We want... Oh, we want Rojas, don't we? Of course. Mini Marcus! Thank you for the 4 months. How's your Tuesday going, my friend? Kamga surely isn't starting here. Skirt is, right? Yeah, okay, we're all right. I thought I'd rested the right players. The game was just being a bit silly on me there. That's what we actually want. Let me just get rid of the unavailable so we can actually see what we're missing here. I think this is mostly just youth guys, isn't it? Yes, okay, we're all good. But yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. The metro system in Denmark is, well, in Copenhagen, the bit that I rode anyway, was flawless. So damn regular as well. It was so easy to get from the airport straight into the city in like 25 minutes, which was brilliant. We did go to the Little Mermaid statue because nothing was open. We were there so early, so we thought, fuck it, we'll go for a nice walk around the town. Saw this beautiful fountain as well up around that part of the city as well, which was gorgeous. Saw some nice cathedrals. That was pretty sick. Went to the Museum of Copenhagen as well, which was really cool. Had some lunch. Then we went to Christiansborg, almost accidentally, actually. We just wandered into the courtyard and I was like, oh, wait, this is Christiansborg. Do you want to price of things? Expensive, but we'd kind of budgeted for that, right? The plan was London's expensive too. So we were like, we'd rather be spending money here. It was just fun. Yeah, 2015 was Wimbledon era. You're right, Christ, it was, wasn't it? It was like the start of the game cycle for FM, would have been FM 16, wasn't it? Right. This is a weird one. Because I actually feel like we might do quite well here. I've got a feeling. This feels... something's doable. Wagon full laptop. We've got to get on board the wagon. Also, no FC Copenhagen and Shakhtar right towards the top here, which is cool. Our fall is... We'll see who's the fall guy in this. We've actually had a bit of a patchy-ass record against Atletico in recent years. I just want to make sure there's no other games going on, because sometimes there is. Right, okay. In that case, we'll do that. Goodyear are playing Sutniska Nikšić today, for some reason. And they're leading. Edemar with the goal. Getting Goodyear. Have a bang on that. And we'll leave. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's because... Well, this is the thing. They're not all playing in Ta'ali. This is a weird one. I noticed that Hamrun had actually played one of their qualifying games at our stadium. Which is very interesting, because it shows that our stadium is now big enough to be playing to host to other qualifying games for other teams now. It's almost come full circle. Yeah, because our ground is eligible too, which is good, actually. Maximum number of points. I don't know about the maximum number of points, but... I actually really don't know what the maximum number of points is, because it will depend heavily on... There is... As far as I'm aware... Oh, fuck me. The most I've seen... Money for that. I don't think they do, actually. When I was doing the test where I flipped the coefficients over and you were able to, like, manually put in coefficients, the highest number it will let you put in the editor is 50. I think we bought it does seem like that, doesn't it? Because I feel like our youth team does play there. But as far as I know, we don't get any income for that. And not that... Sorry, we might do, but it's not shown up as, like, a news article per se. It might be, like, a line on the income sheet that's hard to sort of pinpoint, I guess. But this one's been played at the Sirens. I think the other one must be at Ta'ali. Oh, that's a ball. Oh, we've actually looked all right here. Go on, Vida. Go on, Vida. Fuck. Regen will win the competition with you being the only team in Europe as well. Yeah, I suppose you're right, actually. The best way to figure out the maximum number of points would be Vaduz. Starting at the lowest, right? Isn't necessarily the case. Well, of course, yeah. The maximum number of points I could put in before I met Hadrian and his shenanigans... Pretty much. Like Madrid, they keep wanting to... Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that they can introduce a bit of that bad luck to themselves in this game too, if it's all the same. Quasi has a habit of going missing in some of these big Champions League games, I must say. It feels like he... Right, back to this again. Also, it's 2-0 to Goodyear, by the way. That, yeah. It just feels like... We're actually playing quite well here, but I'm just worried that this is going to end up with another one of those games where they score their only shot on target. And that concerns me. But at least we're playing well, currently. Also, can we just talk about how FC Copenhagen are beating Manchester City 2-0? I've just noticed that. It's 2-0 to FC Copenhagen. Are they going 3 for 3? This is better. That'd be a good result for Goodyear as well. That'd be their 4th point on the board after 2 games. Great touch from Badia. Come on. Whip it through. Oh, hello. There's guys on the edge of the box. He's got to find one. Please don't shoot, Gert. Oh, God. That was shaping up to be a really nice move, and then it just ends in a random long shot. I think Padilla has actually been poor. And this feels like the exact type of day that someone like Nunez could be the man. And I'm wondering, honestly, if we go for Carlos Rios too. How are the fullbacks doing? Vida's done well. Palacio not so much. So that's a nice, easy change. Gert's been very good. Rojas has been a bit mid. We'll make 3 changes for now and keep the others. Somebody is still in charge, yeah. I find that he has more longevity than anyone else in my FM saves, which is ironic. Not even ironic, he's actually kind of based, in a way. I'm fantastic. Oh, who are the others doing? You do. Well, they haven't played in this round yet, because obviously they play on Thursdays for the most part. But they're doing okay. We've had Hamrun won their first game, Sweetie and Goodyear drew their first game, and Birkirkara lost. But it was only a narrow defeat. Go on. Yes, go on, Rojas. I suspect he is a legend already, yeah. Oh, that's a bit poor from Lahovi, but I feel like he's still got the potential to win this back for us. Atletico love playing out from the back, and then we've managed to stop that. That's, wow, good header. Better than nothing. Exactly, it's a start. I still think there's a chance that we get all 4 of them through to the knockouts. It's Birkirkara that worry me. The other 3 I'm not concerned about at all. Oh, that's a great pass. Come on. Yes! That's onside, right? Yes, it is. Come on. Sirens 1, Atletico 0. This is us better. This is us on a better level now. This year, we look different. Something changed over the summer when we had that Club World Cup performance. We've carried that straight into our performances in Europe this season. Like, I know we got unlucky against Chelsea, but we played well. We look like we can actually mix it with the big boys, and I don't know why. Well, what I mean is they do love playing out the back, but our press is forcing them to play long. Yeah, and the thing is, we actually probably should have won the Club World Cup final. Like, we were the better side against City in that game as well. Right, 1-0. Deservedly so. Now I just need to be careful. Because they are going to push bodies forward, naturally. I think now might be the time for 2 more subs. Freshen up the midfield a little bit. We'll do Markovic and Ko Nagai. Well, it's good you do it. Oh, yeah, shit, has it switched back again? This is where we come back and it's 3-2. Nope, still 2-0 to Goodyear. That would put Goodyear on 4 points after 2 games as well. Now, they have the easiest, like, 3-0. Perez with the penalty. They have the easiest set of games of anyone in the Conference League. In fact, theirs almost looks like a sub-conference. They've got easier games than the qualifiers, basically, which is mad. Come on. Yeah, City team did feel a bit like that. But then again, FC Copenhagen 3-0 up against them currently. I think they might be on for 9 points at the moment as well. Oh, go short. I love the match engine. I haven't said this for months, but I genuinely do love the match engine sometimes. That was filth. Nixich are bad, but we've seen some poor results against bad sides before. So it's nice to see them actually... Oh, God. No, don't do this to me. Not in the 92nd minute. We've not let Atletico have a single shot on target in this game. I swear to God, if they score their first shot on target in the 93rd minute, then I can't even. We all know it's going to happen as well. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, fuck off. This is actually ridiculous. That's not even a penalty either. He's literally won the ball. This game really does just take the piss sometimes. Red card? Oh, was he on a yellow? Fair enough. That is some absolute bullshit. 94th minute goal with their first shot of the game. It's a fucking penalty that shouldn't have even been given. I just can't even. What are you supposed to do? Yeah, it was a second yellow. It was a second... What was the first yellow out of interest? Yeah. There's just nothing you can really do, is there? Like, unless we're supposed to stop our opponents having any shots on target, then... Yeah. It just happens too often. But that's why we've moved over to this tactic, with the idea being most of the time we'll manage to create more. It just happens. It does, but it happens too often in FM. It happens far too fucking often in FM. It feels like you literally have to prevent your opponents from having a single shot to not concede a goal. And... yeah, it just happens too often. Right, that's frustrating. But again, it shows that we're playing well. Because we were better than Chelsea, we were better than Atletico. We've got nothing to show for it. Well, really. But statistically, we are looking better than we were before. FC Copenhagen, 3 wins out of 3 is absolutely wild. Oh, dear. Control of the ball and running away from it. That sounds about right. It's... no, so to get back in. Yeah, it's... You also knew it was coming from the moment that Lahovi wins that tackle, and then it immediately goes back to the other player. It's, no... possibly get a straight red from those situations in game. Well, you can get a red card when you give away a penalty in real life. As long as you are... The double jeopardy thing only applies if you are making an honest attempt to play the ball. If someone's going through on goal in the penalty area and you just yank them back by the shirt, that's still a red card. But if you slide a tackle in and miss, that's not a red card. I always come back to Tim Ream getting sent off for this in the FA Cup a couple of years ago. People always, but to be fair, it happens very rarely, but people don't seem to understand that you can still be red carded for it. It's frustrating, but we need a bit of Hulk Yoga to calm down. Is at the score of... yeah, it's basically the game's going, there's definitely going to be a goal here. Or, sorry, what I expected to happen there was actually a really high quality chance. It feels like there's not always a goal off the end of those ones, but there's usually a really high XG opportunity. I wasn't expecting a bullshit penalty on top of that. Even on a tackle like we just saw. I don't believe... oh, you mean in FM because they haven't got it programmed properly? I've not actually noticed that myself. The last man... the fellas... no, if you're the last man and you make an honest attempt to play the ball inside the box, you will not get a red card as far as I'm aware. What do you think? I honestly haven't seen it, Dan. So I almost refuse to watch it on principle. But I've heard it's very, very good. So I was literally... I just got on the plane to come back from Denmark. And the notification popped up on my phone right as I was about to put it in airplane mode, and I was like, right, Rodrigo Muniz, 1-0. I said to Pog, I guarantee you we do not win this game. And when we landed, lo and behold, there you go. Ah, dear. It is silly, isn't it, Hadrian? But that's life. Life is silly sometimes, right? Fringe player, that's concerning. It's a little bit high. But I probably could have done him on a longer contract, actually, now that I think about it. But Kadri's bound for one match. The lack of Kadri for that next game as well is going to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, the match engine still has a bit of jank. That's brilliant. Let's have a look at the attributes for this game. Oh my god. I love seeing, in a way, it was to Ali, by the way, I love seeing a Maltese side win 3-0 in a European game and still be underperforming their XG. Because it just, to me, shows how much... Also, Kieran Peterson. Oh, they've got an Australian... New Zealand... They've got an Anzac dude. That's dope. They got from Sydney FC as well. So there's an Australian international playing for Goodyear, who we have nothing to do with. Love that. Ah, dear. Doesn't have to be last match. Yeah. I think the biggest thing that Unity is going to impact for me is the collision mechanics, because the current match engine basically doesn't have any. The amount of times we see players like glaze through each other, right? It's the best the match engine can currently do. So we keep playing for Australia. Right. Let's see. I suppose you're right, Liam, because if he's only got 4 caps in fairness. Yeah, it's just a frame that kind of exists, whereas with Unity they'll actually have like solid models in theory, right? So that still gives us extra points because we got 0.2 and they got 0.4. Let's get you. I worry about the UI. I really do worry about the UI. My concern is that it could get... I swear they were 3-0 up. Oh, by the way, Genders Ents has finally scored a goal. He's one of the Patreon regions that seems to get horrendously misused by FCK the entire time. And he scored a goal in Europe for him. Nice. Against Manchester City, no less. Right, that's a good start. Well, we're playing well, right? I think when you look at our 2 Champions League games, other than the Gladbach one, right? We were the better side here, by far. They had 1 shot on target and it was a penalty that shouldn't have been given. And against Chelsea, like, look at this. We conceded 4 goals off of 1.14 XG and only managed to score 1 off of 2. It's just, and that was at Stamford Bridge as well. Like, we are playing well. It's just unfortunateness that's happened to us so far. And luckily, when you look at our remaining games, Olympiacos at home, Bayern away will be very interesting. Benfica at home, though, Shakhtar away, and Red Bull Salzburg away. I think there's points on the cards for us here. There will be glitches, but there'll be lots of fun glitches for us as well. When should I get World Scouting? Who are you actually managing, Bumblevasp? Like, if you let me know the team and the league, then I can probably be more helpful because it will actually change sometimes. Current Champions League holders, I believe, are Arsenal. I think. Yeah, Arsenal have actually won back-to-back Champions Leagues in this save. I don't know why I'm saying that with laughter, but it's just an unbelievable achievement for them, frankly. God, it really has been Spain, England, pretty much, outside of PSG and Benfica, obviously, being my favourite of the winners thus far. No real surprises out in even reaching the finals other than... Oh, no, hang on. Real Sociedad in the first final. That's pretty dope. It feels like Benfica always win a Champions League in my saves, randomly. That's what I'm hoping. It doesn't happen, Galat. So, yeah, I don't want it to get consoled. Like, by far, make it more accessible for console players, but do that on the console version. Don't water down the PC experience because that's why people like the game in the first place. I feel like console players don't want the PC version. They don't want the console player version on PC. They want the console version to be better. You know? I think the modding stuff's going to be fascinating to see where that actually goes, because obviously with the change to Unity, we're going to be basically skinless for a while. I think it's going to take a while before people even come up with skins, because it's going to be a new set of code, right? And play Flight Sim? Not really, no. In fact, I would say not really, not at all. The last time I played a Flight Sim is probably when I was about 12. We had like Microsoft Flight Simulator of whatever the year at that time was. That was a while. But exactly, Catbot, yeah. Just like, don't ruin the thing that makes the game so great. It's going to be weird. But my hope is that with the change to Unity, they'll actually spend some time making the base skin better, because they've now got an opportunity to do so. Fee fi fo fum! Thank you for the 29 months. Comes with skins, maybe. Because it's a lot of stuff to learn, isn't it? Yeah, I suspect that the editor is going to remain largely the same, honestly. or having the skins. I think some of it also might come down to licensing. I don't know. Some of the ways that I feel like some of the stuff that Saz has put into this skin, and just using Saz as an example, because I obviously have only used Saz's skins for like the last 2 years, but not just Saz, TCS, Renzi, etc., and the guys that make like Zealand and Jack skins. It's the stuff that they do adds so much to the game, and I feel like it's wasted otherwise. Stats to the Craven Cottage in your spare time. It's funny, I'd actually never flown out of Stansted until Saturday. Same engine as the game itself. Yeah. So it's actually been a fairly straightforward set of results. Although Sassuolo winning the Conference League is pretty sick. I don't mind a bit of that. And then we've got Tottenham with quite a lot of these, actually. A couple of those. Bayern came... I love that Bayern lost the Europa League final that year as well. That makes it even funnier to me that it was Bayern that lost to Frankfurt. Yeah. Yeah, Servette winning it is pretty sick. That's probably the biggest standout, I would say, in there, anyway. In my game. Oh, no, absolutely not. But in fairness, I reckon that sort of stuff, Mr. Enforcer, isn't going to change. Because that kind of stuff is essentially just a lookup table, right? It's just a database of stuff. And then with the things like the LNCs and the EDTs, I actually reckon that stuff's going to be completely unchanged. Potentially. Right. Thursday is the big one. Arsenal win again. Oh, Levski are in here. I actually didn't realise that. CSV file. I don't know what it actually is, because that'll be... I've never actually decompiled the game code, but all I know is that essentially when it comes to things like team names, essentially what it's saying is this is an ID, and it looks that ID up in a table somewhere in the game files that has the official name. And with those like fake name... If you look in the game files, the ones that you can see anyway, you'll see things like licensing 2.lnc and stuff like that. All that basically does is it tells the game this is what you must say. So if you remove that, it defaults to what it actually
1
is.
year
Or
since
you can
you
add your
got
own.
me addicted to FM. I want my year back.
Mikey, I would like to formally apologise for such a heinous act. Not really. Thank you so much for the 12 months, though. It's very, very kind of you, friend. I'm really curious to see if... Oh, thank you, Bruins. It's lovely times. Speaking of Bruins, what do you think of the series so far? Obviously, I'm talking about Bruins Maple Leafs. God, Kadri's looking really good, isn't he? 17 marking now. Runners underneath, which you can fix. Yeah, no, and they do that for us, and full credit to them. Hey, Benzino. 2 from Papua New Guinea. 2 from Oceania has to play qualifying games before the group stage. Yes, they do, which means you're right. That means they must have played someone else to get there. Although, because it's the new Club World Cup, that might not apply anymore. I believe the new Club World Cup doesn't have that play-in round, but let's find out. I'm fairly certain it just drops straight in now, but we'll check. Yeah, so there's no prelim round because there's so many more teams now. I think that only applied before. 53. Yeah, the values are pretty sick on them, aren't they? Fans flip out. I must say, one of my most enjoyable things lately, this is a real niche thing, I suppose, but if you're familiar with hockey and specifically Winnipeg, there's a influencer, I suppose, called Jesse, who's like a massive Winnipeg fan, and I've been very much enjoying him melting down over the last week, frankly. It's just been very, very entertaining for me. My favourite thing as well is when you see parts of older FMs in the current game. So do you remember when we did the showdowns, we'd have like custom ad boards which Matt made, which were fucking awesome, right? From Bar Down. And then when I removed them but didn't add back the default stuff, you'd see like ad boards that said Football Manager 2013 on them. The Canucks comeback. That is one of the biggest chokes I think I've ever seen. The fact that he misses the empty net and then they score with 8 seconds to go and win it in overtime. How do you manage that? Fun to watch. Oh yeah, they're absolutely fun to watch. I mean, obviously I'm just basking in it right now because it looks like Avs in 5. I mean, touch wood, right? We'll see what happens tonight, but it's looking pretty good right now. We've kind of battered them in every single game. If we had a goalkeeper in the first game, this series would be over already. Right. Cats are terrible. Yeah, but, minus 37 goal difference they got into the playoffs with. That's saying something. Plus, it looks like Ovi's been kind of crap in the playoffs so far anyway. I'm really curious to see how many licensed women's leagues we get in FM25. Because I hope it's not just a smattering. I hope we're getting like double digits. Wait, what? Oh, they usually come around if I bang on to them, right? I'll tell you what, the board interaction screen is laggy AF today, friends. Hello, Dan. The biggest thing so far is we... Oh, that was easy. We drew 1-0 with Atletico. They got a bullshit penalty in the 94th minute, scored it, and it was their only shot of the game on target. So, yeah, usual FM nonsense, pretty much, I would say. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, the Caps are... You know, the fact they got there at all is... It just sucks that, like, Philadelphia and Detroit and the Penguins might have put up a bit more of a fight against the Rangers. Shirt sponsor, that would be Eurotrip, my friend. The one and only. God, the game is a bit slaggy today, isn't it? Well, that's my sort of theory on it, Vaughan. Like, they... At the time, currently, the licensing agreements for the Women's League should be able to be hoovered up relatively cheap, right? No, so Pass Pro basically made me new kits for the teams that are in Europe this year. Sharks deserve to be there. It's fine. You'll probably maybe get Celebrini, and then it's all good, right? So actually, I want to show you the other kits, because Goodyear have got new kits as well. The Minnesota Timber Wolverhampton? Does FIFA have these days? I actually don't know. Yeah, I think that it's most likely that EA probably has exclusivity on things like the WSL, right? 5. Oh, that's not too bad. But I think that FM being FM would just be able to hoover up loads of them, right? I think they'd have at least taken a game off them, though, Andrew, right? Sid the middle-aged man would have done it for him. So yeah, Goodyear have got... That's quite a sick little kit, actually. We've got Hamrin, obviously, with their 3 kits, and they're always classy kits. Hibernian, they're not in Europe, are they? I do love the Master kits. The light Barca light Sirens, obviously, with our away kit there. Sleemer, I always love their kits. Sweetie as well. That's classy. It's delightful. Yeah, they'll be like non-badged ones. It'll be a case of I'll go to a capture event or something probably in like October if there is such a thing happening this year. Again, I don't know. And it'll be like, you can't go near that. I think they've planned it for even longer than that. Right, here we go. That's true, yeah, it's the game. But it's fine because FIFA are going to come out. I've heard that FIFA are potentially entering into an agreement with 2K. Although, bear in mind, I got all this from a TIFO video I watched yesterday morning, so make of that what you will as Kate Winslet sings us out here. Right, come on. Europa League, Conference League, let's have it. What we saying? Hamrin 3-1, get in. Sweetie 3-1, get in. It's just Birkikara, who I think are further down. I've missed them, haven't I? They're on here somewhere. Oh, they lost 3-1. They lost 3-1. They're the weakest team in here for sure. Oh, that's unlucky, man. But it is a multi-side in Europe. They do the basketball games, yeah. That's pretty good, though. 2 more wins. That's 3 wins for Maltese sides on the same match day. Jesus Christ! Hamron beat FCSB 3-1 with 4.4 XG. This is what I'm saying when I say that the group stage is so much easier than the qualifiers. Look at how much they're absolutely, also hilarious, only shot on target, a goal. Hamron are absolutely deadly in Europe, but Sweetie are finally stepping up too. Like, that's an absolute domination as well. Roy Fleming, Jean Dong Suk, and Ethan Olarte. It's nice to see Roy Fleming scoring a goal in Europe for Sweetie as well. Yeah. Looking like qualifying. Well, we've only played 2 games, so as things stand, Hamron have won 2 out of 2. Goodyear have got 4 points on the board. Sweetie have got 4 points on the board. The only ones at the moment that are looking a bit dead is Birkikara, which makes sense. They are the worst of the bunch. I think there's a scenario here where all 3 of them qualify. You know, Roy went to Sweetie on loan because we figured that it would just be really good to get him some consistent football. Nelson Wiper, I'm not sure who that is, Lazarko. Is that a footballer? Genuinely, this is not like me being dense. Well, it is, but I genuinely don't know. Yeah, we thought the Roy would do better in the loan farm. Like, Hamron have killed it to start with. Bear in mind, also, Nurshping have won 2 out of 2 as well, so that's kind of solid. Sweetie have got so many... Bear in mind, Sweetie are also the best Maltese side other than us these days. Hamron seem to always do it in Europe, but Sweetie are actually pound for pound a better team, which is amazing. Oh, a German footballer. Oh, okay, I don't know. I'm not familiar with him. So I've never used him in FM. Mainly because I tend not to sign, like, real players most of the time. It was great, Dan. Genuinely. Would highly recommend the... random day trip to places. It's so much fun. Even though I did have to get up at 2:30 in the morning. But that was well worth it. No, you're dead right. Hamron literally are Ferencváros, which means Europa Conference League final for them in about 10 years' time when they're like the 5th best team. Yep, Roy just needs to be... he's basically, Roy is pretty much at the moment cementing himself as the guy to manage the next save, isn't he, at this point? I think Birkirkara have had it, but you never know. They've had some tough-ish games, but nothing like super tough so far. But yeah, I'm actually genuinely not familiar with Nelson Wiper. I suspect if he's young enough, he's probably still going to be in the save, but... oh, there he is. He's a Bayer Leverkusen. Solid player, actually. Only 4 caps in the end. But he seems to have played consistently throughout the save. It's weird that he actually played less games in the Zweite Bundesliga than he did in all the top flight leagues, which is odd. F93 Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits.
Playing as Montrose, who play in the Scottish Clutch League 1. They are my local team, have got them promoted to the Championship and on course to go to the Scottish Prem. My aim is for them to win the Champions League. They are also my local team in Scotland, only 5 minutes away.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. So how long do you think it's going to take for you to achieve said goal? Estimated club count? I don't know. So, for example, our estimated value at the moment is £408 million. So, bank balance definitely plays a part in it. It's bank balance, reputation, and various other factors, sometimes to do with the values of the players. But what I've noticed is that we do drop in club value at the start of each window when our player values drop through the floor, but not by the amount that they're dropping. There's various other factors in there as well, I suspect. Facilities, true, yeah. That actually might be why ours has dropped a little bit, because we've gone down to 19 on that one. But at least we're going to get a chance to improve our youth facilities. It's been a while. We've been working on that. I don't think I've ever signed a player from Montrose, actually. But then I guess with the... Oh, there we go. Quabaina's in. Right, that's first piece of fodder sorted. I want to get like a good 10, 15 of them ready for January, because we push in. That's another broken foot, which is less than ideal. Moharoni, okay. Yeah, I do like just being able to do that and then move straight on with our lives. Key values for strikers. It depends on what type of striker you want, right? So, let me just find you ours. For me, because I use advanced forwards, so the 2 striker roles that I use in our team are advanced forwards and trequartistas, right? So, the game will tell you what it thinks are the key roles, but I think there's a few things that are on top of that. So, finishing and composure are perfect. To me, I value composure more than finishing, but I still think that having a player with 5 finishing and 20 composure is still not going to be particularly useful to you, right? Depending on what league you're at, physicals. But honestly, physicals matter no matter where you are, but they matter more the lower you go down. So at the elite level, physicals are obviously important for everyone, right? But the further you go down the leagues, the more important physicals are. So if you're managing in, say, non-league England, like 6th tier, 5th, 6th tier, if you can find guys who are either really tall or really fast, they will just be better. And I would weight those attributes over other ones. Or both. If you find both, you're in for it. I had a guy who was like, he had like 16 pace in like the 7th tier, had 5 finishing and like 6 composure. He scored like 35 goals for me one season just because he was so much faster than everybody else. It's, at those levels, you either want Usain Bolt or The Undertaker, pretty much. That's all you need. It's great. That's quite cool. Nashar do not look. I think this might be the year that we lose Melita. They've circled the drain for a few seasons now, and it does seem to be finally dropping off a little bit. Right, we'll rotate the squad a little bit. Wingbacks. Yes, wingbacks, but especially this year, the thing that, for me, is the most important attribute on wingbacks is agility and balance. For whatever reason, obviously the other attributes are great, but if you've got 2 guys who are equally good in everywhere else, use agility and balance as the tiebreakers, because guys like Vidazinia, with his really high balance and really high agility, just do stuff. We had another guy who was brilliant in every other area, but he just didn't have the agility and balance, and his numbers were so much lower. It's so damn important. Fiona! And I think that's why we've had so much success on the other side of the wing as well. When you look at our XA per 90 now, which is one of my favourite attributes to judge our FM, do you know what numbers do? Chat, I think the stats are biased. Kefi, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, I value different stuff for every single role, really. Work rate, true. Yeah, I mean, it's always important. Maybe I need to value that more, honestly. So I really like, as a way of measuring our wingbacks, XA per 90 as well as OPKP per 90. But for the time being, the game is apparently claiming that 0.71 is above 0.72. Good. That's the game saying this is my truth. All right, chat? So you can see now we've got a cluster of these guys. So Vida, putting up 0.7s, which is unbelievable. He's really killed it this year. Krastev, though, matching him, which is really what I'm looking for. Palacio has absolutely stepped up with a 0.72. If anything, the guy who's really fallen off this year a little bit is Lahovi at 0.39. He needs to get his numbers up a little bit. Now, he needs to start some more games to really do that. And I don't think he's washed by any means, but he does need to get his numbers back up into this kind of area, pretty much. Nice to see Padilla doing it. Also, Markovic. I'm liking Markovic a lot. Kind of number. Yeah, so we'll play Jamie Wood with these chaps here and just see what kind of happens. I might actually give Lahovi a chance to start here because it makes no sense not to. I feel like Vida will eventually lose his value to us, but it ain't yet. He just keeps doing it. I think for the last 3 seasons, I've been saying at the start of each one, this is probably the last year that Vida's our starting right wing back, and then he just puts up the numbers. That's also true, Banksy. But it's worth noting that... Actually, no, you're probably right, yeah. Vida's just a great player to have around the club. Lahovi... But then remember, Lahovi wasn't getting those minutes last year either, and he still managed to put up better numbers than Palacio. So that's a huge amount of XG. And we've actually hit it for once, which is nice. No, I totally get where you're coming from. Jamie Wood gets a pair of them as well, which is nice. Lahovi scores and gets an assist. So that's going to do wonders for his numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already up into the 0.4s now, just off that alone. Yeah, see, 0.42. Maybe he's seen some games, which he's now got injured for, so that's great. Markovic is getting some game time, which is fine. That's barely going to bump his wage up. I really like this guy, actually. I think we overpaid for him, but I still quite like him as a footballer. Vida was by far the first talent for this guy. It's actually crazy. Like, I don't know, Ginger. I think it's because there's that thing you can set that means that you never have the same penalty taker. That might be what I have ticked on for that, in fairness. I can't think of another player that joined us that had an impact more than what Vida did at the time of his joining us. Cock 1947. Thank you very much for the prime. You love to see it. That's very kind of you, friend. Doing well in that league as per. Yeah, there is a tick box for penalties. Let me find it for you. I have it ticked on just to spread stuff around a little bit, but yeah, I think I'll keep it honestly. Most of the time it doesn't matter too much. So down here, change penalty taker if player's already taken or missed a penalty. I like little stuff like that, you know? We're going to offload some players that will never make the part. Was this you that commented on the VOD? Because I meant to respond to that. So the main reason... Oh, I literally just read the end of the message. So the reason I don't do that, or I don't do that as a first choice, is because I like to have control of the players' contracts. The other reason is that if I'm paying their wages, that saves that other club from having to spend money on the player. And I'd rather them have a free guy on loan from us that they can do what they want with, but when they don't really have much value in the first place, than a guy that they then have to pay wages for. And likelihood, what seems to happen with a lot of these guys, is they'll move to another one of these clubs on a free, which we have done a few times. They'll stay there for like 1-2 years at max, then they just they refuse to sign a new contract. So the loan farm system is a way of us staying in control a little bit more. But there are a few players that we could probably do with offloading at some point. Mostly I just like see number go be big. Pretty much. Anything... Wow, hammer and lose again. Lads, you really are going to have to step it up a little bit. Second this year, Sweetie. I think Sweetie are the prime second team now, without a doubt.
Year?
Peter Hui, thank you very much for the 8 months. But yeah, I think Sweetie will just come second. They're far better than everybody else. When you look at like the season preview, I think they're already double the odds of Hammerin now. Oh no, it's leveled up a little bit now. It's... Honestly, I haven't really been running for a while, Bente. I'm going to go for a walk this afternoon, and I'm going to try for a run tomorrow morning, because I do want to get back into it. I saw some pictures of myself in Copenhagen and just went, oh, dude, come on. You know when you see yourself and you're like, you've got to, like, do something here. Plus, I really enjoy it, you know? Went for an absolutely gorgeous walk with Pog yesterday. I went close to Maidstone just in case. I don't want the rozzers on my back. Well, there it is. So we want rotated squad against Floriana, which is fine. Massive XP. The main thing that's helped them is their willingness to take loans from us. They took a massive chunk of loans from us this summer, which then strengthened the level of player they were willing to take on loan to the point where they were willing to take Jean Dong Suk back again. And I think he's a 3-star CA guy now. So they're willing to take those kind of players from us. In it, Bruins. But last year I was able to stay way more motivated for like a much longer period of time. But I think this year I've just had a lot more going on brain-wise. I was a lot more chilled in general last year. So I think it was easier to focus on stuff like that than it has been for me this year. But things like that kind of help you focus, don't they, really? Like, Pog and I went on a 9-kilometer walk yesterday. And it was absolutely gorgeous. Nick the Brick, thank you very much for the 5 months. I can't think of a praising word that rhymes with it. So, thank you so much. I'm moving. Yeah, I mean, that'll keep you in some kind of shape, I suspect. Brassius. God, resisting the urge to actually click on these and have a little look is, I might actually just keep checking in every week just to see, because these only last a month. Yeah, we went a different route and decided to do a little bit of an adventure, pretty much, and then ended up doing this massive loop, and it ended up coming out at 9k. As a gun runner? I don't think he'd admit that here. What if Maidstone police find out, right? Well, saving quitting. Fair play. That's really cool. Which league? Road runners and say cycling is better for your knees. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to be higher impact, but it's also exercise. I feel it's a weird one when you see people going, "Oh yeah, running's bad for you." It's like, yeah, so's not running. So's not doing things that move, right? It's like, but I just try to stay active if I can do, right? That's what I said. Yeah, exactly. We lost Gonzalo Diaz to that exact thing last year, Matt. Luckily, we found the perfect replacement, but we don't often. Ruben Santos, Boa Vista, might be good for the future, but probably not quite now. Nuno Messi, or Boa Vista guys, quite expensive. There's this guy here, Diawara. Corbena's already joining us. Kranic is off the... That's all Dom Jale guys again. Postman Amron. Christ! Big up the postman. Yeah, which is why I like trail running. A friend of mine actually completely buggered his ankle up doing a trail run at the weekend as it goes. Fair Street. Or was he? More fair. Oh, you're right. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? If he actually wants to join, he's super cheap. Why not, right? These are the kind of guys that may be a second tier fodder, but money's money. Or rather, lack of money is money. 24 grand. Arrange friendly. That's fine. You can have a friendly, you cheeky business. Yeah, exactly. For that money, it's win-win, because if he does go out on loan and if he scores like one goal out on loan, it's pretty much worth it right there. I much prefer trail runs. They're fun. Plus, you get to go out, there's some really nice trails around here that I'm discovering from walking them. Finding all kinds of new route ideas. Youngster, loan move, it's perfect. 6-month contract. It's only one of the 2-year ones. Just noticed that a 17-year-old chap would actually talk to us. P of the league. We are currently... I think we are top in the league, right? I'm just trying to see... Oh yeah, we're actually 5 for 5 so far this season. Sometimes we start a little bit slow because we have to rest players for the Champions League. Do you know what, Co? I completely agree and I understand. All right. I was going to say I'd let him go if he wants to. See you later, Hadrian. Ultra stress. Yeah, I want to get back... that's the reason I want to get back into it. I pick a race and then I just basically train for it. Tactics? Yeah, absolutely. If you actually want my tactics to download, though, Lazarko, if you do ! Tactics, you can get both of the tactics that I use, although really I'm only using this one at the moment anyway. I had an absolute blast doing that race in Andover last year, even though I buggered my back up, and in a way, it's kind of responsible for the fact that I'm not, regularly running as much as I was. Even though my back's healed again now, it utterly, ruined my progress for a good, 3 or 4 months while that was sort of healing up, I suppose. Now when I run, it's absolutely fine, but that took a long time. Champions League, we are... On the pitch, it's going well. The scoreline's less so, but there's literally not a lot you can do when the game decides to fuck you like that. When it gives them a dodgy penalty as their only shot on target of the game, you can't really do much about that. Jay Tierney, thank you very much for the 6 months. But yeah, this has been working for us lately. It's very aggressive, but we felt that we kind of had to be aggressive because otherwise you end up with situations like I just said where they score their only shot on target against you. And now Kadri suspended as well. Yes, good point. Vida. There is old VD boy. It's weird when you look at Vida, right?
Cooper, do not hate me.
All time we've seen some development out of him, but if you go to say, I don't know, the last 4 years, you'll notice that there's very little development in that time because he's pretty much maxed out. Mr. Renato, thank you for the follow. But shouldn't that be the other way round? Is it By the way, he has actually still gained a few things, most notably, weirdly, his penalty taking, which is kind of odd. But he's still a very useful player to have around. That's less than good news, capitalism. Instead of the multinational anthem, yes! That's the thing that's why I used to start all the streams with Numb by Linkin Park as the intro song, because of that exact thing. It was the Maltese national anthem, obviously. Hey, Mr. Renato, welcome aboard. Right, let's try. Oh no, this is rotation, isn't it? Because we've got Olympiacos midweek, which that has to be a home win. There's no way we can afford to not win that. Oh, hello. Oh, wait, didn't he have 4-star before? Right. He's got quite high value, actually. Plus, that means he's a guy we could definitely do a loan for. I think there's real potential in him. He excites me. Hello, Bobby. Yeah, it was at the start of the cycle, Ginger. I used to do it all the time, but then I got bored and we switched it over to a loan now. Hello, Pogs. How are you, my love? We can't offer him out to transfer. Oh, actually, could I? Interesting. So it still lets me do it. Might as well do it to establish it. I'm great, Bobby. How are you? Chris, should be dropped. Rabat. I basically just need to check in on that search like once a week. That'd probably be enough. Right. Living the dream. You'd love to see it. Or hear it, in this case. Hopefully that one went through. Nice. 4-2. Cool. 4-0. 1 point... Oh, that's Champions League TV. Fair enough. Are we on this list by any chance? It's so weird that we randomly got put on this list one year and then it said no notable graduates. And we've never managed to get back on it again despite improving every single year. But I guess it's just because the other teams are improving their structure as well and we can't physically get any better than we already are on it. Right. Floriana is a resty day via Casablanca. Hammer and finally started winning. It's about bastard time. If Sweden can start doing it as well, that'd be just lovely. Yeah, Master have had it. No chance that they're staying up this year. I think the last time they came up, they got a record bad as well. Which like Bayern or Real. Oh, I mean, it's a completely pointless opinion, I suppose, but I just think Real are just much better than Bayern, generally speaking. Finances are brilliant. We've got 90 million in the bank, I think. This needs to be rotation, doesn't it? Ran a bit of dust just flew in my face. We'll do Watara and Rios, I guess. My uni's motto. Yeah, mine too, mate, honestly. My uni's only notable graduate was Pog. Rios. Nunez is fine. Markovic, Kamga's fine. Krastev. And we want Lahovi starting here. It's quite a rotated squad as it is, actually. Squad? Kadri can start because he's suspended. So we'll do Espino. God, I love that Espino's a backup centre-back. And I guess David Rojas. Do we start Fred Lasso? I might start Fred Lasso for this one, for the memes. That should be enough to get us through this game, right? I love how like varied their squad is. And most of the players that they've got that are Maltese are sort of Maltese in the sense that they're not Maltese. Right, that'll do. One of these days, we didn't ever manage to get a perfect season with... MTK, didn't we? We always used to get like one random draw in the middle of the season. And I suspect that will continue throughout this save as well. This is going to be the draw. I can just feel it. Or not. Okay. Or we win 6-0. Best player in the team. I don't know, actually. Lahovi with 2 more assists. Okay, now he's putting up the numbers. Like, according to the game, if you're looking at pure stars, it's Palacio. Wait. Jesus, I've just realised that our 2 left-backs are probably the best players at the club. Both of them now. That's wild. I'd say Palacio probably is the best player at the club. But look at the fact that the second best player at the club is also a left-back. So both of our left wing-backs are the best players at the club. Christ on a bike. Lahovi is just going and going. Perez is also absolutely unbelievable. Kwasi Awua as well is fantastic. Padilla's bloody excellent. Stars important in current abilities. People will say ignore stars entirely. I'd say use them as a guideline. I think if you ignore them entirely, what are you going to use? You know, you have to use something as a base. Just use them as a guideline. As in, go, ooh, but then have a closer look yourself most of the time. How's Lahovi? Yeah, the numbers are creeping up towards Palacio's levels again now, which is interesting, as Krastev has fallen down a little bit, which makes sense. I mean, these 2 are our starters. These 2 are the backups. You'll always see loads of arguments about like, oh, are the stars important? Are they not? The stars will lie to you. After all, at the end of the day, the stars are essentially just someone's opinion, whereas the attributes are not. The attributes are, this is a fact. Like, he has 14 dribbling or whatever, right? The right mistake, exactly. Let's see. It was a stat. I was looking at expected assists per 90. The two things I really like looking at as far as our wingbacks go are expected assists per 90 and open play key passes per 90. Vida, in many ways, is still the best player at the club just because he puts up the numbers. I mean, who's got the most assists this season? Vida. One of the older players at the club as well. 29. Star ratings aren't there, but he puts the numbers up. 0.75. 3.56 open play. Now, he takes corners sometimes, but that doesn't count into those as well. Most young players. It depends on the position, right? It depends if I'm looking at a centre-back that I want them to have good tackling and ideally good heading, but that's less likely to happen these days. Oh, good. Cheers for that, Andy Mekalev. Good. I like them all to have a little bit of speed if possible, but again, it's not like it could be all and end all. It will just depend. All I want really from a young player is for them to have the outline. Like, think of it like the stencil. So they're not going to have the perfect attributes for the role they want to play, but if they're a striker and they've got okay finishing, first touch, dribbling, composure, a little bit of speed, maybe a bit of passing, but they're like a lower version and I feel like they can improve, that's what I'm really looking for. Because if they've already got that, it's just less things for you to have to build up later. Because it's when you see players that have got like a mishmash of attributes that are all over the place, but apparently 5-star potential. Let's say they've actually got really high potential, like 190 or whatever. But then it's like, you then have to spend all your time trying to navigate them through, trying to actually build that player up. And it's nice when it does a little bit of the work for you. Because I'm a lazy boy like that. Bedell Insurance. I think what I might do with the scouting thing is literally just check that list after each match that we play. That seems like a reasonable way of doing it. I find myself guilty of that sometimes, Exodio, as well. It kind of goes through stages. So, like, we'll go... This is what literally has happened over the last year. So, we went through a stage where I was being like, he's just not good enough. And now I'm back into the fodder stage again. Oh, God. Right, let's see what ridiculousness the board of... Can I make a recommendation of not any of these 4 clubs? No, I can't. Right. Let's reject them. Okay, we've rejected that. Hello, Tommy. How's the streaming going? During summer break. Yeah, obviously in the summer break I wouldn't do it. But by then we're all probably looking at it. Well, we can still schedule a lot of friendlies in fairness. As you know I do. School of Rock from the... Is that from the musical? Yeah, we are heavy favourites, man. Like, massively heavy. Wait, what? Oh, not this again. It's the same every year. I love that Palacio's worth 68 to 78 million. Yeah, this board has been like that for a while now, unfortunately. I think sometimes I can do the old, you're an important... hang on, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Real leader. There we go. It works really well on them now. Welcome back, Quince. You come at a good time, because this is the best season as far as the setup for Europe that we've had the entire save. We've got 5 teams in Europe. Actually in Europe, that is. Not just, like, provisionally in Europe. They're all in the group stage. It's a good vibe. Is this a cover? Okay. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting this. Pog would like this. All 5 actually made it. They did, yeah. Yes, Thank God is a name that you actually see more than you think. Usually not on Spanish players as it goes. I had a guy called Thank God and Bar on a Fulham save I did years ago. It can happen. I also had a guy called Cud Joe Bean. Yeah, you're sort of just boosting their ego, pretty much. It's always good heading. For me, fast, because I play a tactic that keeps the ball on the ground, generally speaking. But obviously, if you want floated crosses and whatnot, then you want them to be tall and strong as well. Christ, Kamaji never seems to reach any potential, but he does seem to still have potential. Oh, he has second nationality. Okay, fair enough. Who's the top scorer out on loan at the moment? Wow, what a decision that was. Getting hit. Bloody hell. I've just realised how good he is. That might be what's actually saving Hamron in Europe this year, is Pedraza. He's very, very, very good. With players like this, you could see why they're qualifying, right? The Conference League is good so far. We've got... Hamron have got 2 wins. Ooh. Sweetie and Goodyear have got 4 points after 2 games, and Bikikar have lost both games because they're not as good as the others. If Goodyear win this as well, it's go time. Ooh. They just like mimicking our fixtures, don't they? Okay, cool. Him anywhere is incredible. Good you just love those Tuesday night matches. Right, Olympiacos at home. Stadium capacity, I think it's 10,100, but we are only allowed to sell 7,200 tickets for the European games because we've got like 3,000 standing space, essentially. So our capacity is still not amazing. We really do need a new stadium, but I just know that we're not going to be able to get one right now. We'll try Rojas, and we'll try Gert Boy. Gert's getting there. Like, he's improving. Still getting that 5-star potential as well, which is nice. Oh, thank you, Svilko. Use the twos. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely the reason. It's because we're not used to having so many teams in Europe at this stage, pretty much. They don't really know how to handle it. Good on feet. Yeah, that actually makes sense to have Juzanovic in the middle because he's good on both feet. Yeah, it literally is. It was a case of we don't want that new stadium, and now we do. £7 a week, can't go anything higher. That is it's not great for job security, is it, to be on £7 a week? It's one of the only reasons I actually asked for more money in the contract negotiations for my contract is because the one thing it does give you is it makes it harder for them to sack you. Finish at 4. That's just rude, Paolo. How are they allowed to do that? Right, they got a guy called Napoleon. They do. Napoleon Cousteris. Named after you. But then you could just change it, Sharpie. That's the beauty of the stadiums. You can just change the name. It's not great for nutritional security. This is also very true, yeah. Man cannot survive on ramen alone. Okay, that's the lineup. Let's go. But yeah, if they make a new stadium and you don't like the name, which you won't, because the name is either going to be the insert name of City Stadium or Random Club Legend Stadium. But yeah, no, you can just change the name using an LNC file. I have a video on it from years ago. So if we were to get a new stadium, we would just change the name. Because let's be honest, at this stage, it would almost certainly be the Janos Toft Stadium. Wouldn't it be funny, though? Because there's two club legends here, me and Melman. It would be unbelievably hilarious if they named the new stadium after Melman and not me. In a way, I'd actually kind of appreciate that, just for the memes. But I wouldn't feel that bad about, like, getting rid of it. Also, how tall is Napoleon? 5'10". Oh, repeat of the song. Okay, this is must win. Yeah, they named it after isn't his name like Joan Martinez? No, his name is Joan Valencia. So if we suddenly end up in the Joan Valencia Stadium, then you know why. I think that's his name. Oh, Christ. What the fuck is going on there? Yeah, there's a lot of away fans. Right, so we'll switch this over to Europa League. Sorry, Conference League. They're at home. They've got to win it. The Vida Xenia Stadium would work, yeah. Right. Okay, this is must win. There is zero excuses for not winning this game. We played Chelsea off the park at Stamford Bridge, lost in unfortunate circumstances. We were definitely the better side and really good against Atletico. Draw in unfortunate circumstances. This is just must win, like 2 or 3-0. We can't afford to drop more points. And given how we've played in Europe so far this season, I trust us. I reckon this is going to be an absolutely killer day for Padilla. I think he's going to be leading this through this game. Watch him do absolutely nothing here. Right, come on. I reckon Vida gets 2 assists in this match as well. Gillet, going back to Vida. Oh, it's beautiful. That's offside, I think. It's not. Don't know why I even thought it was. This is the group stage. The big group, that is. Lovely. Right, 1-0 after 8 minutes. That's just nice. Was that the first assist already for Vida? That was good from Gert, though. The fact that he didn't just try and shoot here, he actually looks for Vida again. First time pass. I love the shot into the ground as well. So that's the first assist for Vida of the night. I reckon he gets another one before this night is done. But a nice early assist is good news. That's also his 9th assist of the season already. Oh. Should be a new song. Well, to be fair, I could play the Sirens Eurovision anthem again. 1 second. I'll add it to the queue. If you missed it during the intro. Right, Sirens anthem. Adds it to the queue. Right, come on. Oh, that's a pass. He's offside miles, but... And he's missed anyway. Good. I mean, it doesn't matter he's offside, but, like, I think he was offside. Right, please tell me he was offside. But in games like this, we need a second goal. Point reward for the anthem. We should. What I will do, actually, with that is I'll make it into a proper scene so it can be heard on the VODs as well. Because it's not like it's copyright. I technically have the copyright on this. So oh no, the ball was travelling the other direction. I thought it was going towards goal. Go on, Gert. Find that little cheeky pass. Second goal here. Then we can just chill a little bit. Just drive Vida. Drive forward. Ah, that's poor. We've got Paez. They're showing him how it's done. Go on, nice little. That's a good cross actually. Perez. Oh, god damn it! Claim my own video. Yeah, I haven't played Fallout in such a long time, but I must say I enjoyed the show a lot, and there's some really good stuff. I'm more excited though for Dark Matter. Starts like in a week or so on Apple TV Plus, and I am hyped. It's my favourite book, and so I'm also worried that they're going to ruin it. Right, come on. I am a Eurovision follower. Oh, absolutely, I'm a Eurovision follower. I love me some Eurovision. That's a great pass, and Quasi makes it 2. Assists from both wingbacks, perfection. I've only ever played Fallout 4, in fairness. As your alibi, I wouldn't mind actually making a music video for the for our Eurovision song, to be fair. Yeah, I'm curious to see if Vikings doing anything for Eurovision, because we normally do a party most years, which is always fun. Right, 2-0. This should be good now. So about as good. Yeah, it's just great. Eurovision's great because you just sit around with your mates, get pissed, and watch, generally speaking, most of the time, terrible songs, and that's fun. Oh, what a pass! That was unbelievable. What a pass. I mean, it's annoying that he's missed it, but what a pass that was. But we are absolutely battering them now, which is nice. Ball in again. Oh, it's just wide again. Oh, no, he saved it. Whoever that Venerius guy is keeping him in it. I don't know if it's the goalkeeper or the guy on... Oh, no, it's their defender on the line. We should be about 3 or 4 up now. He's gone back post instead. Jezanovic! Oh. About the football. Oh, absolutely not. No, exactly. Crop video. I'm sure I could spend some time doing that. That crop video was an interesting vibe. But you say that, Billy Child, you haven't heard the Sirens Eurovision song yet, so don't form an opinion until you've heard how bad it is. Goodyear 1-0. Oh, yes. Goodyear going to 7 points, by the way. That would pretty much qualify them already for the knockouts. We reckon 7 points for Conference League will get you top 24. So the fact that they'd have it after 3 matches suggests that they're well on the way to not just top 24, but potentially top 8. Eurovision final stream. Not if I'm drunk. No, I just like watching it with my friends most of the time. It's fun. Oh, that's a pass. Perez. Beautiful. I think he was definitely onside there. Really? Yep, he's onside. 3-0. This is what we needed against the other teams, but it's nice to show us just getting a bit of coefficient points again. We took the piss out. Yeah, that's all we ever do. It's great. Well, actually, we do a bit more than that. We do our own scores for them and everything. Lovely assist from Padilla. I said he was going to have a good game, and he has so far. Summarize today so far. Okay. Searching for fodder. Getting absolutely screwed by the match engine. And now actually playing really well. Against Olympiacos. And also Maltese clubs doing really well. Right. 3-0. Chill. Goodyear are playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because of ground sharing. Because a lot of the teams have to play in Ta'ali. So they can't all play on the same night. So they end up getting there. They just seem to randomly be chosen to play further up. Yeah, I still miss Terry Wogan doing it. But Graham Norton's a pretty solid... He's a pretty solid shithouse as well. Oh, that was very unfortunate. Yeah, Pog really liked Finland last year too. Gladbach have got 3 injuries in their game, I think, already. And it's not even half-time yet. Don't concede a random goal before half-time. Oh my god! And this, my friends, is why we have to score 3 goals in Europe. Because stuff like that will happen. That is the reason we must score more than 1 goal in matches, because the game will just do that. So yeah, it's 3-1. An own goal for Jozanovic. That took about 7 deflections. Imagine if that had cost us a result. Like, this hits 1, 2, 3. It deflects away from the goal and then back towards the goal. Ay, ay, ay. So, 1 shot on target, which wasn't even the goal. Dearie me. It is a very FIFA goal. It's also a very FM goal this year, honestly, which is silly. We'll probably do a red card any minute now. But it's stuff like... Here we go. Sirens Eurovision song. We're off. Let me just put it up slightly more. I think it's already up on the highest level as it goes. Right, come on. We're going to take flight while we score a couple of goals against Olympiacos. I'm going to stay silent for a bit. I can't do it. 10 seconds is my max. I'll put it up a bit more. There we go. As we score another goal. 4-1. This is just our own UCL anthem now. Are you trying to tell me, Ramsroo, that I didn't make, compose, record, edit, master, and produce an entire song in the last 6 days? No. Shit, how dare you? And therefore it's perfect for Eurovision. Oh dear. Yeah, Ardigaler plays for Benfica in this save. To be fair, I think most things just look strange to people watching the VOD just because it's me in general, right? I am a strange thing. Right, let's do more goals, please. Go on, one more. I do hate them shooting from those kind of positions, but what can you do? Maltese language verse, yeah. Right. Let's do... Lisailers off course. Yeah, into the rocks. Let's see... Bit of that. Yeah, Gladbach got 3 injuries in the first half. They got more injuries now. Do Barbosa. Cameron Lend, I suppose, before 1-up now. We can kind of do what we like. Give Konagai a bit of football. I might bring Cameron Lend on further up the pitch. Carlos has got his hat trick, so there's no reason to keep Quasi on. I don't know. I haven't heard it. I don't like to listen to the Eurovision songs until I've actually heard the. Yeah. Hang on. My wife casually walked by the computer and says, "Oh, is this the guy with the girlfriend with the airbags? I saw them on Sunday in Copenhagen." What? Sorry, Ice Warrior. Gonna need some context there. What? Oh yeah, the good just goal's gone. My apologies. Absolutely, Svilka. We do actually have a video about it as well, if you're interested, but I can still give you a rundown, no doubt. What is the video? Is it exclamation mark Malta or exclamation mark... I think it is, right? Yeah. I think that's the one. Point being, basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to make Malta into the best... Yes, that's not the one. Is it exclamation mark save? It might just be exclamation mark save. That's the one, yeah. But I do have a video explaining it a bit more. But also, I wasn't in Copenhagen on Sunday. So... Maybe there's a POG lookalike on the loose, chat. More updates to follow. Yeah, sorry. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make Malta into the best league in Europe. So you'll notice here that Goodyear are another Maltese side that are absolutely killing it in Europe, apparently. Bear in mind, Hamrun lost 4-0 at home to Batumi last year. Meanwhile, Goodyear are absolutely annihilating them. Go on, one more. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's Ipswich tonight, isn't it? Because they need, what, 4 points from their last 2 games to guarantee. Can't much in for what lookalikes in Copenhagen. I mean, to be fair, she might have done. I was in Copenhagen on Saturday, at least. With Pog. With the airbags. Thing is, though, Thomas, right? If you recall, I don't think it was a fluky result. I think Hamrun got absolutely battered on paper in that game as well. Like, the statistics were really heavily... I suppose it will just do that sometimes, right? We got the result. That's the main thing. Oh, I'd love to see Ipswich go up, just because it's something slightly different. But the problem is, Coventry's not... Who's your last game against? Because Coventry's not an easy opponent by any means. Oh, they're playing Huddersfield. The thing is, if they just got that result against Hull and just didn't keep throwing the lead away, none of this would have mattered. Well, I say no, it wouldn't, would it? Hey, Chris. Right. Maybe he was, yeah. Maybe my criminal lookalike from Maidstone was actually in Copenhagen that weekend too, thus to get rid of my alibi. Right, so we're up to 7th now. More coefficient points, always good. And that's much... They're still the better side, but that was a much more fortunate result for them. Panacio scores 3 goals. I was dress shopping. Ask her whereabouts, Ice Warrior. Because then I can... I mean, the likelihood is probably. Like, let's be honest. That is mad, though. Leeds have been losing some strength. Didn't they get thumped by QPR like 4-0 on... Was it Saturday or Sunday? Hey, at least Colchester stayed up, though, right? That's the main thing. Well, didn't Colchester concede like a late equaliser against Crewe in the end, but something else meant it didn't matter in the end? Ah. Right. Okay, that's more coefficient points. We take those. How are we doing on the year, actually, out of interest? Oh! I would like to draw your attention, Chatto, to the screen. And that is the fact that on the year currently, we are the highest points earner of any nation in Europe so far this year with 7.1. We nearly have as many points as we got in the last 2 seasons. Not together, but in each of them. And we've only played 3 matches in... No, we've only played half of our games. I don't know if we beat that. But tell you what, there's a chance. With Perez scoring goals like this, finally starting to look like the player he should be. Last year he had those injury issues. If we can keep him fit, then that... Wow, 6-1. Are you okay, Sevilla? That's a huge result. FC Copenhagen still, by the way, sit 3rd. That's actually wild. Chelsea are lucky to have the points they do as well, which is crazy. Jambalaya, thank you for the 50 bits. European history. I don't know if we can really see that.
First. Series is over.
Yeah, we end it now. Right, so... I don't know... I can't really show you their European history because that's not a thing that I have access to unless I have them switched on, which I don't. As far as I know. Because you can't see competition history unless they're in like a playable league, or I believe that's how it works anyway. We can look through this, I suppose. So they lost in the... I think they have qualified for the group stage before, though. Yeah, we'll have to click back on schedule. It seems like most of the time they've been knocked out second round qualifying round. Oh, they did get to the 3rd qualifying round there. 1 year. In fact, no, wait. Did they go further than that? They did. Oh, yeah, they won. They beat RZ 4-1. That's dope. Liechtenstein season report. I don't know if that's even a thing you can do. I want to look, though, because sometimes it doesn't work so well for other countries that are further down. So have they ever got into the group stage in this? I swear they did at one point. Oh, they got to the 4th round there before losing to Bodder. Knocked out. 3rd round. 4th round. They seem to start off quite well and then faded away a little bit. It looks like they have gone up the rankings a little bit, though. I suppose they would have done, right? Just because of it's so easy for them to get points. Can we see... Yeah, we haven't got a season summary for Liechtenstein, sadly. Lost to Sirens. Of course they did. Sirens are massive. As well you know. Hello, Millie. Right. Right, so now we want Thursday. Because the thing is, when Thursday comes along, there's a chance on Thursday, if by some miracle all 3 of our teams win, we could get another 1.2 points. We could pretty much be on the heels of our... Oh! Okay, so Birkirkara are playing on Wednesday night. They're not going to get anything from that game, are they? They're just not. Rabat Ajax? Really? I'm spelling that wrong, aren't I think. Oh, it's Liech. Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? I forgot about the extra E. Oh, yeah, you're right. Tim Friedline. Yep. Oh, my God. Not only that, he actually came through at a Maltese side. There's a Liechtenstein international that came through at a Maltese club. He came through at Mngar in the amateur divisions and now he's playing at Rabat. And he's not even that bad. I mean, he is pretty bad, but he's not that bad. As for Roy's development, now, unfortunately, when they're out on loan, you lose the ability to see the progress screen, which is really funny. So decided for free. Oh, you're right. He is like Roy. In my head canon, he's coming through. Oh, that was quick, Adrian. Wait. I love that Roy just occasionally sometimes gets back up to being like into that 5th star of potential. He's very good. So far this year, he's got 5 goals and 2 assists for Sweetie. He excites me. As a footballer, I'm still excited by Roy. I feel like Hamrin have got that Pedraza guy. I feel like Roy could be like... Fuck, what was his name? Oh, God. You know who I'm thinking of. The Haladash dude. Haris Živkovic. I feel like Roy could be maybe their Haris Živkovic. Maybe he's not as good as Živkovic, but maybe. No, the progress screen doesn't work on loan players, and it's really irritating. Loan report section. Sort of. So... Hang on, let me just quickly resolve this first. Big Manovic was also... Did Big Manovic ever get a loan? I don't think he did he? I think I can... goddamn. Yeah, I'm going to have to piss him off, unfortunately. It's a shame. Yeah, Roy's... no, youth caps are with England, annoyingly, which a lot of players will get them, but I suspect Roy won't get any, like, actual youth caps. He'll get, like, the cap to under 20 level thing, but then no, like, true youth caps. The ones that actually count and show as caps, basically. What'll happen in a few years, he'll eventually declare for Malta, pretty much. Which is fine, but I would have much rather him play for Anguilla, because surely he'd have to easily be the best player in the history of that nation, right? Right, let's just look at my potential. He's bound to be in here somewhere. So, you can look at the loan report, but it doesn't actually show you any kind of real development. It just shows you, like, their form. I mean, it's still useful information to have. And you can see, like, individual game performances and stuff, but it doesn't show you what you want, basically. It's annoying. Oh, wait, did that just... I swear that just glitched out randomly. Hang on. Oh, that's weird. Progress chart. Yeah, so you can see the progress chart. That's really weird. Hang on, look. Look, it doesn't show up, but then when I click that, it appears. Unfortunately, it still doesn't really show you much, because we can't actually see the progression still. Still uncommitted. True, yeah. No, there was no stream on Sunday. I was actually in Copenhagen on Saturday, but given that I had to get up stupidly early and got back not fairly late, but it was very tiring, I took Sunday off because I knew that I would not be in a fit state to stream, really. It was my Sunday off, my scheduled Sunday off each month. Unfortunately, I had one off through illness as well, which is less than ideal. Yeah, they'd 100% still done a good go, and it's a shame. I mean, maybe he'll surprise us all and declare for Anguilla when his England dreams die, but I don't think his dreams are going to die soon enough for that to be a thing. He'll end up getting Maltese nationality before that can happen. Come on. Birkikara really are that meme of the guy sticking the crowbar in his own bicycle wheel. That is them right now. Got this really tough game coming up against Marseille. I know, we'll get a red card after 2 minutes. That'll do it. Jordan Cushion, the man himself, thank you very much for the 9 months. I will show you while we're here. Because you're at Lens now. I've sold you. I actually got you a proper move this time. 450 grand as well. Yeah, he's left something on him. BS red as well. I reckon it's going to be one of those yeets from behind type of red cards, potentially. God, you're actually really good as a footballer. 30 years. It's weird seeing Patreon Regions being 30 years old now. Let's actually have a look at it. We should be able to see it. Local team better rep, true. I think he'll actually be a killer for Malta. He might be what takes them to the next level and might actually get them into the conversation for qualifying for a tournament. Guys like that are what we're looking for. What is he doing? Cake Kit, thank you for the 16 months as well. Bloody love to see it. It's going good, Con. We're going to have a look at properly after the Thursday games because there's still 3 more teams to play. Wait. Millie with the 500 bits. What the fuck? And Slick Hitter, thank you for the follow, but that just got blown out the way there. Is it going to pop up? There it is. Wait, he wasn't, was he?
Congrats on the partner anniversary, Mr. Matto.
Thank you,
With
friend.
you being several Twitches old and it being my 37th birthday last Thursday, I thought I would impart some wisdom on the chat
God.
today that has stuck with me since I was young. Confucius say man who walks sideways through narrow airport door is going to Bangkok. Makes you think taps head.
It do be making me think. We do appear to have slept on the graceful bosom of tits. Yeah, it's just truth. They sold him for... That's wild. So we sold tits for 250k, which at the time was good money for us. And then he kind of did nothing. Sorry, he played well, but then they made a huge loss to give him to Brest, because we all laughed when tits joined Brest. And then... Yeah, I mean, he is still really average. It's just funny as fuck that he's, like, worth so much money. I really don't read Leicester. I've always struggled to make accurate representations of other managers' tactics, because particularly as FM really struggles with that kind of stuff to begin with. It's just not an area I've ever really been into. Right. Moomin. Speaking of Moomin, there was an awful lot of Moomin stuff weirdly in the airport specifically in Copenhagen, which I was under the impression that Moomins were very much Finnish, not Danish. In fact, I'm almost certain they are. Check his traits. Whose traits? Bear in mind, this Moomin guy isn't in the game, unfortunately. So I'll have to refund your points on that one. Yeah, I don't know what Sanders... Maybe he had, like, less time left on his contract. He might have had 6 months left because they were playing on... No, Sanders... Oof. Oh, no, yeah. He might have been, like, a 6-month contract kind of guy, potentially. No worries, Shabby. It happens. Stephen Collifell. Now, I know you've been playing because I talked about you quite a lot in the Regen recap video. But yes, you are regularly getting football for Rangers now. You finally managed to overtake the number of Scotland caps that you were getting. 73 caps for Scotland, by the way. But you've finally overtaken that in Rangers appearances. Oh, yeah, if anyone could do it, it's someone like RDF or Daljeet, potentially. Jordan Cushion, thank you for the 100 bits now. Thank you, friend. Very nice of you. You love to see it. Are we on another hype train? Christ, we've only been live less than 2 hours. Fine, it took so long. Like, the fact that you had like 40 caps for Scotland here, but still weren't a regular starter for Rangers, which is mad. It's like, what were they doing? Because you are legitimately very good. Like, there's no bones about it. You're an excellent footballer. You've got 6'4", good jumping reach, most likely. Not slow either, really. Tackling's good. Heading's good. Things you'd love to see. Right. So Birkikara let us down, but that seems to be the theme this season. We need a fifth team. At the moment, Goodyear, Sweetie, and Hammer and I trust. It's just that fifth team that we don't really have anyone that's set in stone as the fifth best yet, as you can see. Balsam might be able to do it, but there's Hibernian. I don't know. I think it's just going to come down to whichever random team decides to take a load of loans from us. Reno Smoke. How's he getting on? Still too young for the loan farm, but he won't be by January. He's definitely going to be able to get himself a loan in Jan. Well, I say definitely. He'll be eligible for one in Jan. So what have we got this time around? Hammer away at Norrköping. That's going to be tough. I don't expect him to win that. We've got Sweetie against Slavia Prague as well. And that's it, actually, because the other two had already played. Mark my words. Ooh. They just want... They're playing for the new kit password more than anything else. So, I actually think we lose both of these. I think this... Not so much a turning point for the negative. I think it's just going to be a down week for them. I don't see how... Like, Norrköping are a good side. Sweetie are at home, but Slavia Prague are also Slavia Prague. I reckon we get, like, a draw out of the two games. Yet, Sweden are provisionally 7th in the coefficient chart right now. Oh, God. Roy's just got an England under-21 call-up. Man is actually going to get under 21. Wait, he's already got 4 under 21 caps. Imagine Roy actually does get an England cap. That'd be unhinged. Oh, Dipsy, no. What would Lala and Poe think? That's unfortunate. Yeah, Scandy's just cooking in this save in general. Oh, nice. Hang on. Why is he agreeing with me when he hates me? And these three are all irrelevant anyway. Like... What weird of them of all people to complain. Never until Malta again. Pretty much, yeah. Oh, wait. That's hilarious. So he's just agreed with me in a meeting and now he's gone, you know what, actually I kind of like that guy. Enugu Rangers. Probably should have a little look at the old, well, one of these in a minute as well. No, indeed, Leaf. Very important. Otherwise, Maidstone Police will have you. Get rid of those guys. Oh, quite a lot in there to look at, actually. Nice. Let's try that. Still 18 players. They are all in their age range we're looking at as well, which is intriguing. These guys we already know about. That's the really, really nice Hungarian player that we liked. You're already joining us. You're eligible to talk to us now. Oh, chat. These are guys we were looking at before that wouldn't talk to us, but now they've turned 18. Also, I feel like one of these days we're going to end up going after Pablo Henrique. He's very, very good. I think he would just be too expensive for us right now, but he's very, very indeed excellent. You're way out of our price range, Mr. Tebow. Ruskin with a gifted sub to Red Leicester cheese string. God, if Pog was in here, she'd be all over you. She loves a cheese string. Thank you very much, though, Ruskin. That's very kind of you. How's it going, man? To the Dipsy, the audio. Maybe both, Bay. I'm a man. I was going to say I'm a man who can multitask, but that is emphatically not true. You're quite good, aren't you? Jesus. The future is bright, Germany. With Jonas Amschler. Not the quickest, actually, but look at those technicals. For 18 years old, he's... Look at them. Actually, some of his mentals aren't bad either. Good on both feet. Huge release scores. Taught us like adults. Exactly. They're growing up. They realise the quality that we've got. Joseph Bull of... I nearly said Hibernian then. Way too expensive for a 4-star player. Europe Boavista, same story. This is Mohamed Ez. He's that guy that looks kind of intriguing, but... Is Mohamed Ez actually worth a look at? Or is he just going to want too much money? Lacks a little bit in physicals, but he reminds me so much of Shasley. He's like the second coming of Shasley. And he's called Ez. Ezpez. I think the wages are going to be the issue, yeah. I bet he wants like 6k. Yeah, he'd be too expensive to wage. Like, he's good, but I just don't think he'd go in the loan farm. Let's see how much they actually want. Tell you what, for $1 million... Sell players efficiently. So which save are you doing? I read Leicester cheese string. So which club in what league and in which year? That sort of stuff really does matter for this kind of stuff. Bournemouth versus Fulham. I've infested your save with my Fulhamishness, which means we're inevitably going to lose the final because it's Fulham, right? Yeah, the thing is, he would be a great loan farmer, but like Hadra said, the wages would make him pretty much impossible to be a loan farmer. He'd be almost impossible to loan out because of the wage demands. Villa. Okay. So, I assume you've tried the... Yeah, I don't think he's worth it for that money. If he was like 200k, I'd maybe do it. But for £1 million... I know we've got the cash, but we don't think we need to waste it. The key things to use for a start is this one here. Intermediaries can be very useful as well. That's the best way of going about selling players, because sometimes you're just going to struggle to get any kind of interest in them, and that will happen. We've struggled with that a lot. Rastislav Sokol. He's quite cheap. Oh, okay. I'd rather spend the money on him, honestly. Hello, Gav. He's not bad. Positioning's awful, but luckily, having low positioning and marking is actually not the end of the world because it's something we can emphatically work on. I like... It's going good, Gav. It's actually going really good today. Generally speaking, the Maltese sides have been clapping it. Yeah, I mean, I love... Oh... If they want close to $1 million, then no. But if they want, like, under 400k... I think 500's a bit much for a player of that kind of... Oh, is it? Simon Carter is emphatically out of our price range. He's £32 million and not actually that good. Your Olympiacos are a bit much as well. You'd have to be absolutely goated to join us. You are... Oh! Okay. Chat. We love these. We absolutely adore these players. So this is Alan, who is a Japanese Brazilian. So the question is, what's his actual name? I'm going to go with Alan da Silva. I think this is Yoshimitsu then. Yeah, because something like Alan Yamaguchi. Or Alan da Silva Yamaguchi. It's only a pulled hamstring. I'm more interested in his name. Alan Shimizu. There he is. Good old Alan Shimizu. I love them so much. Oh. Chat. You know what I'm thinking, don't you? Are you thinking it might be time for another let's check for random second nationalities on Brazilian players to find some unbelievable names? Because I'm feeling like that's my vibe right now. Leaf, thank you for the 32, friendo. I love that fuck Rob has put him off. You put Stream Nana off there, Leafy. What are you doing? But thank you, friend. That's very kind of you. You're a credit to the community. Okay. Notice something on the VOD confusing me. Do people ask about middle name on Regens, but it can't happen? Oh, really? I swear I've seen Regens with middle names. Huh. I swear. Maybe I'm just getting Mandela affected here, but I swear I've seen Regens with middle names. Yeah, Nana doesn't like saying bad words, Leafy. You should know this by now. I'd expect more from you. Full name in that box, just first and second name is broken. Oh, okay. In that case, I will smite people down with the strong hammer of the law the next time they ask it. I'll go full, like, I'll get proper punchy with them. You know how I am. I'm like, why I order? Let me at them and such. Brazilian finish dude. No, Thiago Mekkonen was the one. right? Bozan and Hammer got to the... Wow. No teams made the group. It's... You will have seasons like that. It's a real shame when it happens, but it's one of those things you almost sort of have to accept to do a save like this. What are we thinking on Bargoa? Resolute personality, which is good. Appears to have potential. Low adaptability is worryingly. You should go like, oh, I should. Because it would be unlike me to be sassy, chat. As you know, I am an upstanding individual who would never ever sass anyone from chat. I find that actually it's weird, right? When I'm feeling in a really good mood, that's when I get really punchy, just for the vibes. I think I'd pay it. What about Martin Milo? What are we looking at you like? God, he's good as well. And he's got unflappable. Now, we've learned that adaptability actually does matter. Steve, we could find one potentially. He is so good. I thought he was on 13 grand a week then. Where are their agents, by the way? Where are the parents, chat? I would pay 10 million for the combined pair of those. It's nice to have... These are the kind of guys that actually become first teamers for us, or alternatively become absolutely goated loan farmers. Although their wages might be... Then again, I think Jean sucks on quite a large wage. Let's sort these two out first. Then we'll do a little bit of loan... Not loan. We'll do a bit of look at all backup. Fuck. Do you know he might just be? His Argentinianness is helping in this situation. Because it is going to allow us to probably get quite a nice contract for him. In fact, I might be able to get the full 8 years. Yes. Not worth £8 million. No, we paid 5. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to have to offer him a little bit more than that. With these kind of players, I trust that they're going to be better purely on account of them being Argentina. I know that sounds stupid, but that is quite literally where my logic's going with this. I'll put the relegation release clause in him as well. Stream at night. Almost never, no. Relegation release clause, that should do it. There we go. The main reason is just because I sort of, because streaming is my job, and streaming on YouTube and stuff, I try to separate it into like the work day. So that's why I stream during my work day, as it were. I guess on Sunday it's slightly different, but that's still my work day. So that's why I tend not to do stuff at night, because then it's just like time to spend with Pog. Hello, the Groover Gamer. We have the world population. We do. The world is growing, mostly because of Sirens. The intermediaries, fringe player. Oh, fuck. At least with fringe player, he'll still want to be he'll still go in the loan farm. Maybe I'm... Also, winger? Really? He is not a winger. Bro is very much a... full-time... Yeah, no, I am full-time. I have been since the pandemic started. Pretty much. I might have overdone it on the wage there. I think I'd take my... It's a risk, of course, with the higher payments on these guys, but I trust them. I trust them to... Wow, that was fast. Maybe I overpaid on him, actually, a little bit. You're not a winger, are you? No, he's an advanced midfielder. He's a Trek. Get that finishing up a little bit, because his composure's insane. He can pass the ball. Yeah, he's literally only missing finishing for the Trek role. He's basically Padilla Mark II, just not quite as good. 15 jumping reach. I'm struggling to score headers. Any ideas? I don't know, but I suspect if you've got... What are their heading abilities like? Because if they're winning the headers, they might not be actually scoring the headers, though. Because they might... Is the heading ability up to scratch as well? Okay. Let's see. Hammer and lose. Sweetie win. Bugger me. Fair. They were just better than them. Like, Nurspring are very good. Sweetie, though, beat Slavia Prague. And deserve to. Eder Gandelman gives it 1-0 to Sweetie. That's big. Because now, Conference League looks like this. So Hammer and Sweetie are both in the top 8. Oh, no. Actually, we've got 3 Maltese sides in the top 8 of the Conference League. After halfway through, and 3 of them are already on for qualified. These 2 have pretty much already qualified for top 24. Hammer are 1 point away from doing so as well. Jesus. Heading each way. I suspect that it's just a case of maybe the tactic that you're... When you're watching it in the match engine, what is your crossing setup like? Where are you aiming the crosses? What type of crosses are you putting in? What are the crossing attributes of the players that you've got putting those crosses in as well? Malta getting better. They are getting better. They genuinely are. The only team we've got to worry about here is Birkirkara. Like, if you look at Malta as a national team, they were actually to the top 140. Yeah, the 148th now in the world. So they're definitely slowly but surely growing. They even beat Greece in a World Cup qualifier. which is, I think, albeit they're probably still going to come bottom, though they do have a game in hand. You never know. It's good to see. How good is Gal Shaka? Oh, Gale. Yeah, there he is. He looks pretty mid. He looks fairly mid. What about the coefficients? Where are we up to now? Ah, we've lost a bit of ground. Only just. 7.5, because technically Sweetie... Yeah, Sweetie won, but we won. So, yeah, so 7.5 on the year, though. We are closing... Wait, have we got above Austria? We have! We've got above Austria. So at the moment, we'd actually be moving up to 11th. And we're not that far behind Ukraine, to the point where if we have a continually good season, there's a chance we could actually sneak 10th place away from them. What a year this has been so far. That's amazing. Yeah, they're inside forwards tend not to cross the ball. Well, not at all, but they will pass a lot. Complete wingbacks. Oh, wow, you've actually managed to get those to work. I've never got complete wingbacks to work. I find they're just wingers that can't defend. Pretty much. Yeah, Austria are having an absolute horror show. But then we're going to have something like that, like we did last year when we're losing that 13 points. Or is that this year? No, that's this year, isn't it? We're technically losing that. Right, I'm going to have a pee break. Then we're going to have a look. Remind me when we come back for the Brazilian second nationalities, because I am really curious about those. So enjoy your whiz quiz, and I'll be back in a second, friend. I'm not sure if anyone actually got it. Let me scroll up and have a little look. Jesus, I don't think you did. It was Ariza Makukala. It was a bit of a tough one for you there. Also, we don't have a can today because I have a bottle of Mountain Dew here. So we're going to get like, tss, but I have already opened it. So, because I just... It's just not the same, is it? Making people up now, maybe. I'm going in and like editing the Wikipedia up, making up my own players. I could do that one day, and I wonder if anyone would notice. Actually, no, I was not familiar with him until, well, this morning when I made that up. Should have done that for April Fools, really, shouldn't I? Oh, dear. Right. We move. What nationality is he? He's actually Portuguese, but he was born in Zambia, if I remember correctly. They're killing it, Sam. We've got 3 teams in the top 8 in the Conference League. Only Birkirkara are really letting us all down. Vidazinha has been... Okay. Now, I'm not saying that Alfred Attard is an idiot. He's leaving out... Yeah, he keeps doing it, actually. A 42 Danish clubs. I mean, that sounds incredibly impressive, Max, more than anything else. Unless you mean, is that a reasonable save to do? In which case, crack on then, yeah. Who is he playing as right back? I bet they're absolute shite. I keep clicking Vida. Right, national team. So they've got... Really? I just realised how many guys have turned over to Maltese now, by the way. The only non... There is one guy in the Maltese national team that doesn't have a second nationality, and it's Matthew Side, understandably so. So he's got Ruben Mendes, who's good, but he's nowhere near as good as Vida, who's on loan from us, obviously. Yeah, maybe he just keeps listening to me mouthing off in the press. Or here. Pablo Medina, who's actually pretty solid. No wonder Goodyear are doing quite well. Pablo Medina's decent. Weirdly. But he's not as good as Vida, is he? Is Peter still there? And they've obviously got Nieto. Let's have a look. I think Peter has abandoned us. Yeah, we are now sans Peter. For those of you wondering, Peter was a Gibraltarian player that was playing in the... He was in the Malta under-18 squad, despite the fact that he was not Maltese. Didn't have second... Was just full-on Gibraltarian. Good question. Is he in Gibraltar? Let's find out. He surely is, right? Oh, okay. Do you know, I don't think he is. No, he's not, because he's on our shortlist, isn't he? Millionaires, I believe so, yeah. Although I'll have a look. Peter's there. Can we also talk about Dennis Batty Cooper? Superb. No, if only his name was Dennis Batty Keeper. With that eccentricity, that would be the perfect name. There's Max Bedard in there too. I assume Connor's brother is Gibraltarian, apparently. Kobe Mainu was at Dortmund in this save for a while. But Brian, this is pre-winter update, so he's not as good in this save. That's a name that could, I suppose, technically happen, right? What was I checking? Yeah, I do want to just quickly... Now that you've mentioned that, because sometimes they do just slip through the net. Oh, it's Milian. Yeah, hang on. Wait, is it? Hang on. Man goes long way around. Man spells Colombia wrong. For God's sake. I'm going to go this way. Millonarios. Oh, I am scouting their youth team, but not their... Ever seen live? No way, you saw Bedard play live. That's dope. I feel like... Who are they playing against? Because surely there would have been someone on the other team that was better, no? I mean, Bedard's got a hell of a future, of course, once Chicago actually get the best of the pieces of the puzzle together, right? 50 million, holy shit. That's a lot of money to spend on that. Jeongdong Suk's back in the old South Korean setup again, which is nice. I love that we've got 2 guys called up for the Seychelles. And 2 Iraqi call-ups as well, and loads of Malta. How many caps has got? 35 caps for Matthew Side. Now, he's a good player, but I think this is as good as he's ever going to be. Oh, World Juniors. Oh, that's awesome, actually. Yes, Brazil second nationality is good shout. Let's do that once I've got rid of these notifications. Before we do that, I want to just quickly check in on the searches. Oh, he was a team... Wow, I didn't realise he was a recruitment-focused one. Eagle or someone done... how do we find out? Oh, it tells you on his profile, doesn't it? Right, hang on. Sorry, my scatterbrain. This is... getting the better of me for a second here. One thing at a time, eh, Matt? Right. It was against Denmark, actually. His only international goal was against Denmark 4 years ago now, as it goes. Right. Yeah, I want to quickly check into the latest scout reports first. See if there's anything new. Oh, there is actually a guy at Melbourne City. It's quite expensive, though. Lobo Akol. Decent. Oh, South Sudanese. Wait, he has a cap already? Wait. He has an Australia cap at 17. I love the fact that he's got South Sudanese second nationality. I'm definitely going to scout him further. He's intriguing. I think usually when you sort it, yeah, it resets it properly. Anyone else in here that's like worth a little look is a bit cheap? You, maybe? Raider Zaire? 19, though. You're fairly cheap. No one's really standing out as being particularly good at this little batch of players at the moment. I suppose it's only over the last month, these guys. Oh, that was you, Moyton. Yeah, that guy was absolutely insane. He was basically a fully fledged, developed player at that age, which is crazy to me. I think I have got this saved, haven't I? I might just save it again, honestly, to make sure we got it properly saved. Team report. I'm going to call it team report new or something, so that we actually know what it is, because I'm running out of filter. Not running out of filters, but losing track of all the damn filters. Okay, because we're going to have to go off of this in a second to find those Brazil players. It was Irvin. No, he wasn't. He was at Saint Etienne. Gosh, showbiz.
Morning
Thank you for the 7
from a
months.
disgruntled Lightning fan. Oh well, time to root for the AVS and hope the Stars can beat the Caps circumvention.
Well, yeah, because the fact that Dallas won both games in Vegas is dope, and obviously I'm rooting for Dallas because the sooner the Golden Knights are out, the better. But we'll see. That'll be a hell of a conference final. Sorry, conference semi-final. Provided we beat Winnipeg, which for the moment it looks like we will. I mean, they've not really been better than us in any game so far, so we'll take that. Oh, did you see the goal that McCarr scored on Sunday night? The third goal against Winnipeg. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, that man is an alien. Konate. Oh, that was the name of your... Sorry, that was the name of your player, wasn't it? Yeah. It was absolutely filthy. Like, the fact that... It's the fact that he kind of just went, no, I've got to do this myself. He has, but like he's still like the second highest scoring defenseman, and he's also our highest scoring player in the playoffs so far, despite being a defenseman, which is maybe says more about the lack of production. Although Lekkonen's turned up, which is good. It was nice to see Kovalenko get a start as well, and to see Gerard back. Right, Craig Hunter. Oh, he's a reach. Wait, is he a face in the game by any chance? Ball back, because it's just intriguing that. Unless it's a real player that just happens to have the same name as this particular regen. I'm curious. Ooh. So he's facing. He's only. It's weird. Whenever someone looks up a face in the game, it feels like that it's always the year that player generates. They just happen to be 16, 17 whenever that lookup happens. Or it's confirmation bias, and I'm just ignoring all the times that the player hadn't genned yet. And I'm going to continue to do so. But yeah, there he is. We don't know much about him, obviously. But there we go. Bringing a team in through. That's actually crazy. They'll just play through anything. Right, Danny. Now, it's November. There's a chance. Still no full of love yet. Oh, wait a minute. Chat, it's happened. It has finally happened. Danny Hume has started 4 games for Birmingham City in the Championship. It only took him until he was 29 years old for Danny to finally score. And you got an assist. Your first actual contribution as well. 4 starts, 5 substitute appearances for Birmingham. He's doubled his amount of... yeah, he must be friends with Tom Brady. He has to be. Hell of a late bloomer. There you go. Not last, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, as far as I know, we looked at full of last stream, I think, and he wasn't there. It's nice. It's about time. I was genuinely starting to think that it was just never going to happen for you. And that you just sort of swan around Championship and top League One clubs, but somehow never playing the entire time. Right, Hibernians, that's a nice little go and batter them for a little bit. They are third in the league at the moment, though. Which we'll take. Nunez is cool. Oh, I'm getting in the Mexico. Oh, he's already got loads of caps. So Alex is an interesting one because he actually came via us this summer. At the moment, he's actually on loan from us at Angers. Because what I found with these guys is when they don't get the permanent transfer the first time, you loan them out, and then in the next summer they're immediately getting loads of transfer offers. So we've given you
What's
a loan
going on, man?
for a season at Angers.
I've missed the past few streams due to holiday. What's the latest news?
Thank you very much for the 6 months. The latest news is Malta are killing it. This year we're third on the overall yearly coefficient, and we were actually first for a little bit, but we had a down week. We've got 3 Maltese sides in the top 8 of the Conference League, and Birkirkara ruining our dreams in there as well. But yeah, you're finally playing some games for Angers. You were on a Danny Hume. If it wasn't for the games at Dordrecht, then you'd almost be ironic, in a worse position than Danny, but now you're starting to get some game time on loan at Angers, and you're welcome, is all I can say for that. Melbourne City Youths, we add that in there again. Lahovi's back. We can play anyone we like for this, really, can't we? Okay. At least when Kadri was suspended, it was for Olympiacos, not for a really important must-win game. Right, it's weird how my assistant insists on putting Markovic and Kamga into the midfield every time here. I might start Krastev, actually. Just to see what he's got. In a game like this, I feel like it's a nice little test for him. God, they've actually got quite a lot of Maltese players in their team. None of which sound Maltese in any way, including Jar Jar, Goraeb, Joao, Mazzinho, and that really good goalkeeper as well. I didn't realise Jar Jar was... How long's Jar Jar been here? 2 years now. Wow. Oh, he went to Valletta for a season. Jesus. Actually did really well there. And this is actually going to be his first game of the season for Hibernian. God, I remember when Jar Jar was like a genuinely usable player for us. And it wasn't even that long ago now. Within the last 5 years, we would actually play Jar Jar as a backup before the likes of Lihovi. Jose Badilla's feeling aroused as well, so watch out. Hide yourselves. Only 2-0. Little bit concerning, but Vida scores off the bench. He cannot be contained. I wonder if we're actually underperforming our XG a little bit this season, despite everything else. Oh no, we're actually only +1 on it, though. To have 26 XG this early into the season is actually kind of mad. Also, who's Umar Rahimov? He's an Uzbek winger that plays for Moslima, who's wanted by Marsa, of all people, weirdly. Right, Brazilian second... Oh, thank you so much for reminding me, yes. Thank you for keeping me on track, chat. Okay, so this should be a nice easy one. We just go any player with Brazilian nationality, add second nationality on the screen, and then et violin. Let's just get a nice default one. Right, we'll clear this. Add in... No, not attributes. I want conditions. That's the wrong side of the screen. Right, nationality equals Brazilian. How'd you compare? Ah, that would explain it. South America, Brazilian. And then we just add in general second nationality. Okay. Now we just start... Actually, no, I'll do it the other way around because... So, Brazilian, Uruguayan, Brazilian, Paraguay, and Colombia. Those ones aren't really going to yield us much good. It's this one. Like Andre Luis, for example. Ah, true. I suppose this will find us a decent chunk of them, right? So Andre Luis or Andre Luis Yaroshenko, that's to you. Fabiano or Fabiano Cover, that's not as good. We need some really batshit ones. Lots of Spain, that's not going to yield us much results as far as interesting names. Okay. Right, there's an Irish one in here. Although I think we already know about him, right? There's Alexandre Makarov. But wait for Julio Cesar O'Reilly. Or something. Oh. Julio Cesar de Souza. From the, that's the Limerick de Souzas to you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. So, yeah, he actually gendered an Irish side. That's annoying. Portuguese, that's not going to help us in any way because they're just going to be the same names pretty much. What else we got? Christ, oh, of course there's going to be loads of Portuguese ones, isn't there? Ah, oh my God, look at the polls. Yes, Julio Cesar. Right, lots of polls. Antonio Francisco... Oh. Volsky, okay. It's a beginning. Cadmo Zagorski. I do like Cadmo Zagorski just as a name in general. That's a cool one. He sounds like a hockey player. Bit of a 15. It's basically a Sunday league team. So, Nilberto Kroll. We've got... God, there's a lot of polls. Francisco Marcinkovsky. Yes, now we're talking. Carlos Felipe de Souza Faria. He's a real player. Wow. He must have started off really young. Luis Eduardo Wisniewski. Hey, Bert's long lost brother. Ivanildo. I'm trying to find younger. Oh, he's actually plays for Zabar. Ivanildo Baranski. Yeah, the younger ones are interesting because we've got... Oh, Wesley. He's brand new to this. Wesley Smolin. I simply couldn't tell you, Red Leicester. I have literally no knowledge of players at that kind of level. Well, there's a lot of polls. Lots of Maltese, but they'll all be naturalised. I think. Yeah. All the Maltese ones are just going to be guys. Oh, Italians? Yeah, you get a lot of Italian ones as well. Moro Antonio Vanni. But they're not as interesting. You want really like disparate ones. That's a good name. Armenio Angelino. It's when they're like German. I know there's a Brazilian Armenian dude. That much we do know because I actually signed him, I think. Loads of Italians. Like an absolutely ungodly amount. Oh, here we go. Oh, Hungarian. Gomez Schneider. Oh, he's a real player, so that means he's... Gomez Schneider Roberto. Okay. There's Fagner here, who's a Greek. Fagner Neves Tovar, which might be one of those naturalized ones as well, right? Germans as well. There's a few here. Felipe Forsbach. Don't mind that. Oh, good. Jonilson Wolf. I'm sure they were just there on holiday basis. I can't imagine why else they'd go. Jonathan Stein. That's just the most... Couldn't sound more German, could he? Emerson Fries is an incredible name. Like, I'm going to scout him just in case he's really good because he's only 18 as well. And he's called John Ilson Fries. Oh, that's Jonathan Stein. I already did him. Caio Allion. I don't want to look at every single one of them just because it would take forever, but it's a shame you can't show their full name. Or is there a full name box? I'm assuming there isn't like a full name box that you could add in here that shows their actual... The forbidden scouting method. Yeah. Just look for player with funny name. To be fair, most of my scouting is anyway. It's a few French ones. Can hover. Oh, true. You're right. We could. Ivanildo Arnoux. Does it show you their full name? No, because then you just have to go into that pop-up. You just have to go into here. It's still slightly faster, I suppose. Tecco. Oh, this is him. This is him. This is Tecco. This is Thiago Mäkinen. Oh, the name itself. Oh, yeah. Very good shout. Yeah, he was the one that we really liked the look of. Oh, that's good. Jose Carlos Jonquera. Don't mind a bit of that. Nazinho Vindels. Alan Franzen. A few Austrians in here as well. Oh, there's the Armenian one. Marcos Aurelio Voskanian. Stanley Santos Kirsten. A few Americans here. Which I think are just going to have relatively... Was he called Disney? Wait, he wasn't, was he? Was which one? Hang on. Nazinho. Disney Windles! No way! His name is Disney Windles. Which is weird because that's not even like a little bit his name. Disney Windles. That's a great... That's such a good name. What about some of the Brazilian Americans here? Or are these just not going to be... Ruben Nilsson Marsh. Yeah, true. Disney Windles could actually be... Which one was it? It was Nazinho, wasn't it? Are we actually scouting Fortaleza? We are scouting them, in fairness. Yeah, I don't know how that gets to Nazinho from there. Disneyzinho. Yeah, I suppose that's probably where it comes from, right? Yuri Slater. Marco Antonio Dos Santos. Boring. Oreo. Yeah, Disneyzinho, I suppose. Camilo New. Me when I'm naming file types. Parents wanted an insurance baby. I don't know. That's just... Oh, I've never seen that as a surname before. Camilo New. Camilo Final. It's fine. Yes, true, yeah. We don't do the seniors and juniors here. Robson White. That's a good name, actually. Douglas Martinez. Victor Castro of Mexico. Oh, Giovanni Henrique Amorim da Silva. That's just naturalized, isn't it? Like, here we go. Lucas Ismail. Joao Paulo Najem. Oh, a few Japanese ones here. Pedro Enrique Fukushi. David Luis Fukui. Camilo New copy too. That's superb. Alan's the one we already know about that spawned all of this. Adriano Morimoto. Jonathan Hirota. Alexandre Mori. James Dean. Chat, I'd like to introduce you to James Dean Sasaki, who's a 16-year-old in Brazil. What a name. Brazilian Japanese called James Dean. That's superb. Enzo Takahashi. Kaike. Oh, that's a long one. I love that it's Kaike Yotsuo Bernardo Takada. So he's kind of... It's going from both. Igarashi, Ricardo, Ijiri, and Thiago. Ah, boring. Some good shit in there. I really hope that Disney's good. Yeah, the fact that it goes Brazil, Japan, Brazil, Japan. Man is... Oh, God, not again. That could be a tough one to deal with. Ah, true, yeah. God. But cool if a player could do anything in these situations. Oh, yes. Thank God for Palacio being an absolute don. That's massively bailed us out. I probably should have shove a little friend-low in between here to pack that out a little bit. Because we've got... Yeah, that's what we need to get done. Is that little chunk. Which will be fine. Nearby teams. Fine. Ormy. Prepare yourselves, lads. You're getting it. I think there's a chance we could end up with close to 10 points by the end of today if we carry on like this. Maybe not 10. I mean, how many... They've got 3 matches left. Wow, that's a lot of... Oh, God, it's AFCON. I forgot about AFCON. Who are we losing? Kadri. And Lend. Quasi. God. Henry.
I went into Waterstones and asked the woman for a book about turtles. She said hardback. And I was like, yeah, and little heads.
Kaka, thank you for the 30 months. Oh, that's good, actually. Really enjoyed that one. Yeah, what's good? We're a little bit screwed here, aren't we? Can't withdraw them? No. You can't. Oh, well. You can't recall players outside of Windows. So we are getting Bagoa. Luckily, Henry's not our starting striker, but Quasi is. So, yeah. AFCON's going to AFCON, I suppose. Hammer win, Sweetie win, Goodyear win. Yeah, they are really just the top 3, aren't they? That's going to be tough. I actually totally forgot about AFCON. So that's going to be intriguing. Melman's going to have to play, you're right, yeah. He's just going to have to... I don't know if he's even got any match sharpness. Yeah. So we can only recall the loans. And I don't want to... You know, it's not really a big deal. It's just, unfortunately, this year, I think it's going to happen... It's usually... We start losing them... These 2 games that we lose the players for. It's Bayern and Benfica. Not ideal. Oh, God. It's plagiarism of the highest order. Yeah, this time I've genuinely forgot about AFCON. I've been so vibing on our successes, and I just assume, nothing could possibly go wrong. And then AFCON's like, aha, hold my beer. We're ready for you. Zuri are in real trouble this year. Marseschlock having a good time in the second tier. Who else were relegated? Jesus Christ, Valletta are 11th in the second tier. They are showing no signs of getting promoted. Because I always think it comes in January, and then I forgot that in FM, and in real life as well, it always comes ready to ruin our dreams. Best Portuguese player in the save? I don't know. Like, as far as... We have, like, a player look-up to do stuff like that, but I'll look anyway. I'll tell you what, if there's a Portuguese player on here, it's probably him. And in fact, there he is. Say no more. In fact, because the best player in the entire game, and probably the best player I've ever seen, is actually Portuguese. So I've been able to answer your question almost immediately. Yeah, Henrique Guerrero. He might be the best player I've ever seen. Best Portuguese... Oh, my apologies. So sorry. Didn't need to be sarcastic about it, but it's all good. Best team at Benfica. Okay, try to do something nice, chat, and you get a little bit wrong, and then we get sass. It's Roy Clear. Yeah, Benfica, it's easy, Benfica. They won the Champions League. So, with that Champions League win, there's just no competition. That guy can play in goal, if you asked him to, honestly. Agent save. Oh! That's really cool. I do need to make that video, actually. That's probably... That and the rest of the World Cup thing are probably next on my agenda for that kind of stuff. Most leagues out of interest. What, in Portugal? It's actually been kind of split. They've all won it. Well, Sporting have won a couple of them at the early stages, and it kind of went downhill from there for them. It's mostly been Benfica, but it seems like Porto are on the up these days. Braga with a cheeky little third place in there a few times as well. But there we go. There are Regens on here now, at least. We've not got anyone on it, obviously. Yeah, it's nice when Braga get up in amongst the business. Who were you hoping to see, Javier? Oh, wow. Okay. Didn't ask me. No, you can't. You must stay there, Damiao. So I can keep saying that. Leave that development. No surprises there. See what the Giraffes have got to offer for us. Cazorla's unhappy. Really? Wow. You know they're stacked in the midfield when they're not playing Alejandro Cazorla. Aren't you a goalkeeper? Ah, you'll be fine. Yeah, he's clearly not playing. I suppose they did take a shitload of midfielders from us, didn't they? I'm hoping that we'll keep them out there as long as we can, just because if they get injuries, they are going to need the depth. Demiao makes more sense. Hang on, didn't he just complain? I swear he complained there. Oh no, that's a different one. Yeah, that's my assistant complaining rather than him. Complaining here if he's complaining. Exactly. Go complain somewhere else. I'd rather him be not playing for them than not playing for us. That's where I'm at with him right now. How is Mateus Paez looking? It's looking extremely fucking... The only thing he's missing is consistency. He must have had really low consistency to start with. He does have big matches, though, which is helpful. But Paez is one of those guys that I think he's good now, but when he gets older, he's going to be very good. What? Ah. Wait, aren't you both on international duty? Oh, no, you're a different... It would be a bit weird if they were. Hello, Rob. We're doing actually very good. Oh, of course, yeah, because... Oh, fuck, that's actually really bad. Because that's our main striker, given that Henry now can't substitute for him. So Barbosa is actually ruining our dreams even more than usual with his shenanigans. I think we're going to just lose to Bayern, aren't we? Have no striker. I think he'll probably be back for the Bayern game, most likely. Enough time will pass in the meantime. And we do actually have Padilla. So we can move Padilla up to being the Trek. Henry's now injured. Ha! That's what you get for deserting us, Henners. And you. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. We'll have to see. Plus, we do have, of course, we can move Padilla up, put Nunez in that role, or Cameron if we need to. Yeah, they finish first with former... No way! 100... Hang on. Your successor was on 105 grand a week as a manager. That's wild. Where were they getting that kind of money? Are they just like suddenly... I suppose you probably left them fairly loaded, right? Click your points for that one. What is this? It's like a Twitch partner anniversary thing, basically. It's apparently it's been 4 years since I first made Twitch partner. Also, Twitch informed me. So we get little party hats. Okay, those. After we've played the... Actually, before the Goodyear game, I'm going to check in on the scouting stuff again. It's kind of like checking in on your cookies. See if they're done yet. Although they haven't actually found any good players lately. Although it might just be that we're in that part where the clubs we're scouting are not of the highest quality. But there were some South African sides in these latest reports. Oh, God, who's getting caps now? Yadir Chavira. All right. Fair. Wait, wage hike? Oh, Christ, what's the wage hike? Oh, it's nothing. Mamelodi Sundowns? Okay, some good teams in here. Under 18 manager? No way. Wait, they actually have recommendations? To be fair, I love that. Francis Cabin is just... I know it would be Francis Gabin, but still... They actually find a couple of good players there. It's just they're always at clubs that we can never afford. In fact, I'm not entirely convinced that they're not just going on to FM themselves and going, who's kind of good here? Right, one match there. Cool. 4 weeks old already. That's... Sleeps really well at night. No way. That's really, really useful. The would always be my big worry. Oh, thank you, Beyond Ultra. How's it going? Let's... Daniel Babb. No, that's not how you spell any of those words, Matt. Daniel Babb. And I'm guessing that we've got Danilo Gobbi. Doesn't appear to be a Daniel Babb in this save, unless I'm spelling his name wrong, unfortunately. I'll refund your points. The playlist, yeah, hang on one sec. Let me just grab the link. Oh, that's the wrong one, Matt. That's your intros playlist. That is not it. Hang on, is exclamation mark playlist a thing? It might already be a thing, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe try exclamation mark playlist first while I busy abound. Yeah, I thought we had a command too. I'm not sure. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so it actually does work. Lovely. Saves us a load of time. Let's see what Rook have got up their sleeves for us. Wait, Torres. That's not the guy that played outside of position. Oh, I could care less if he's playing outside of... Ooh, 5 stars. Okay. He's playing games. That's what really matters. Regen today. Yeah, I rarely break out the 80s one. I need to play that for Thursday, I think. Mix things up a little bit. Go with the 80s playlist for a bit. But yeah, this is the general one. Yuito Suzuki. Unfortunately, he does not appear to be in my save. That might be because he's retired, given this is season 15 now. Turn managers use him in the loan market trait. Oh, yeah, we were trying to do that. I think most of the ones that we found were all actually regens as it happens. They were from all over the place. Oh, God, who's getting caps now? Joe's getting one. I mean, it can't be hurting Malta getting all these extra players. They stayed... That means they probably lost these games, right? They drew with North Macedonia. That might be enough, actually. Is that enough to get them above them? No, because of goal difference. They did beat Greece, though. Greece's one defeat came to Malta. This season, yeah, the thing is, remember, basically, when you're looking up real players, think to yourself, oh, he's off. Atard's retired, chat. That's beautiful news. Vida might finally get back in the Malta national team. They might actually get a useful manager. How old is he? Okay, good. So with Atard retiring, we can hopefully... I wonder who the... Been at Malta. Love that. Hoisted by his own Atard. Exactly. Does it show you who the favourites are for international jobs? I'd be curious to see... No, Vito keeps getting left out of the Malta squad for some reason because this manager's an absolute moron. Let's have a look. Oh, leading candidate, nobody. Right, cool. I guess it's not been that long. It was literally that day, I suppose, right? Kamga is regressing. I think so, but Kamga's still like a really solid second choice player for us. Ooh. Uh-oh. Excuse the random frame drops there. My internet just randomly shat itself for a moment. Oh, God, it's still doing it. Stop it, internet. This is not the time, nor the place. Started to apply for it. Nah, it's not worth it to the save. Top Maltese managers in the league. I actually don't know. I'm not sure even the top clubs even have... So he's actually a Maltese manager at Goodyear, Johan Mekalev, but we don't know if that means they're actually any good or not. They're just sort of there. Oh, for God.